Hello, testing. We're there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is just going to be a Thursdays, basically a pretty chill stream. Not really got anything on the agenda this morning. So if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe, like, comment. Also, we got the going across the screen down there. You can support the channel at the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. So today's topic: what is going on for this weekend? I would like to get out and ride. I had an accident yesterday. As kind of did something to my leg. I started bleeding. Had to call the ambulance. I'm okay. Just lost a lot of blood yesterday, so I didn't have to go to the emergency room or hospital, nothing like that. But I did injure my leg. Not going to get into details about it, but yeah, I poured the blood like it was crazy. So other than that, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good out there on a Thursday. Now let's get to the weather part for where I'm at in East Tennessee. It is 81 degrees, guys. The high today is supposed to be 86, 50% thunderstorms. Everything's looking good. Feels like 86. The UV index is 5. Winds are 2 miles per hour. East, southeast. Sunsets at 7:57 today. Precipitation 0.05% today. Visibility 10 miles. Humidity 80%. That is sickening. That's bad. It's going to be humid and hot and miserable. So, good luck out there, everybody that's in the yards and on the bikes. Please watch out for motorcyclists. I cannot stress that enough. Please watch out for motorcyclists. When you get out, please watch for us, guys. We do value our life. We have children. Some of us are husbands. There's wives, there's kids. Please, we value our lives. Watch out for motorcyclists when you're on the road. Take that into mind. So I need some watch hours, quite a few. So I'm going to try to stream today for a little while. If anybody I know wants to come on panel, you let me know, and I will send you the link, or we'll drop it or do something. I don't like libtards and retards in my chat or on my panel, so you will obey by the TOS. Even though I'm not monetized right now, I am trying to get that back. So something is said. It popped up and said we have something new for the overlays. Something was doing something for the overlays. Let's see. Something was supposed to be new for an overlay. Like, I don't see it. But it was telling me that there was something new you could do with an overlay. I don't know. Maybe we can figure it out. There's sounds are on. I hope all the sounds are on. Everybody, sounds are good. Okay. Music, is the music good? Let's see. It's awful low. All right, maybe that's better. All right. Let's see here. We're just checking everything out, guys. Like I said, this is just going to be a chill stream. Just want everybody to know that this is the 10 o'clock hour. Yes, 10 o'clock hour. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, we do have the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal going across the line there at the bottom of the screen, guys. Keep a man off the streets. So we're going to go ahead and put this up. We're going to do this disclaimer, and we're going to say warning, just in case I show anything that is that. So as you make your way in, we've only been live 4 minutes. So as you make your way in, take a seat, enjoy. We're going to try to pull up some funny stuff today, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? You let me know. My little shithead cats are behind me on the guest bed. They basically took over the guest bedroom, because this is like my office, and this is where I set my stuff up. So now they just hang out in here. They hang out in here with me all day. The two new kittens, and basically they've took over the bed. It's their sleeping grounds, basically. And that's fine. It's a guest bedroom. It's a guest bed. We have the old granny's quilt on the bed. They love the quilt. So, like I said, we're going to jump into some things here in a bit. We're going to try to discover some stuff. We're going to try to let's see if we can pull up any good information today on Twitter. That place is a madhouse sometimes. So a lot of times I don't like to pull up too much stuff because it's just junk news. Oh, that sounds funny. Chuck Schumer fart while he's talking. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, that's an idiot for you. Y'all want to see Chuck Schumer fart on the floor? Oh my Lord, he's speaking on the floor and he farts. Ha ha! That idiot. He's old. Why are any of these old people up there? I'm being honest, guys.
Whole field.
This is ridiculous.
Charts.
Keep these old people up
data.
here.
That's why you guys need Moo Engine.
Trade smarter with everything you need in one connected world.
Shut up. Here we go. Let's see if we can see here.
We need a complete investigation that's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration, complete investigation that's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration, now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration, DAA.
He's fucking sitting there farting,
when all
dude.
the Trump
and there's a microphone there. That's funny. That's funny. You guys got to admit, that's funny. What's Newsmax got today?
Anybody even has to put up with this at work, much less get fired for doing nothing other than calling their coworker by their government name. I got fired for the first time today from Chili's for doing
Chili's employee gets fired for calling a coworker by her name.
Of calling my coworker, whose name is Madeline, by her name, which is Madeline, and not referring to her as her chosen
This is
name,
getting extreme. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is getting like really, really stupid. He was fired by the Chili's that he worked for. I mean, you get fired.
A coworker by her real name, which is Madeline.
I mean, what did she want to go by?
The name that she identifies with, which is Fish.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna call you Fish.
Leslie, appreciate you being here.
These people are so delusional, man. This is so sickening. What does our country come to?
So, like any other morning, I tell all my coworkers good morning. And she walked in. It was about 11 o'clock.
So he didn't call her Fish.
Good morning, Madeline. And then
they
in the
fired him.
Business, you have to squeeze in time.
This is why I couldn't own a business like that in public.
Somebody, you'll say like on your back, so and so, to let them know.
That's why I do online stuff.
So I said on your back, Madeline. And then that
because I would make rules to these employees would follow.
Home, and then
I don't give a damn. I would laugh at. I'm telling you right now, if an employee came to me and said, "Oh, Steve called me by my name, Madeline," I would look at her and say, "You know what? Get over it. He doesn't need to call you by Fish or, whatever you want to identify as. This is not that kind of." I'm serious. I would laugh, and if she decided to quit, then she could quit. There's no way in hell I would fire an employee because he called another employee by their name. I don't care if you want to identify as, you can identify anything you want in the world. I have no issue with that. What I have an issue with is trying to bend and make everybody fucking break to your rules and your fucking happiness and call you this and abide by you. That's not the way it works. I'm sorry. It's just not. When we become a society of where we have to give in to every single libtard and emotional damaged person that they're, that gets triggered over you calling them by their real name, by all means, we're done as a society. I promise you that. That's goofy, man. That's some goofy behavior. And for the people to fire him over that, that shows you where they stand. And that shows you that this guy, you know, Chili's, you're in for it, man. There's a lot of people will boycott you. Didn't you guys learn anything through Bud Light and stuff like that? When the cancel culture, when you guys want to fuck with normal people are going to fuck back. They're going to quit going to your restaurants and buying from you and shopping with your businesses. These people are truly ridiculous, man. Like, seriously, like, you fire somebody because he called her by the name, her name.
All right, and this was
So that's whenever I told her before.
were you calling her Fish like a lot? Like this wasn't the first time? Or you're calling her Madeline? Sorry, not Fish a lot?
I would never call her
No,
fish.
that day was the first day
In
that I
that
ever called.
delusion cloud, let them sit in that delusion cloud. If other people want to call her fish, let them call her. I would never. I'm not bending to these people's will. I'm not going to do it. Just because you want somebody to call you something doesn't mean that, you know, I mean, I tell people all the time, you can call me any of my name you want, but I answer more to Ray than I do Brandon. That's just why I've been called through high school and all the way up is Ray.
Madeline, and I only called her Madeline like 3 or 4 times, maybe.
And
It all happened in a
Sounds like she's got some
you're a
fucking
waiter? She
emotional
was a waitress?
problems to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why does Madeline want to be called Fish?
Yeah, no shit. She's not in a fish aquarium. She's not in the water. She's in a restaurant working in Chili's.
She told me that she was non-binary.
Oh, fuck. Of
but-
course. Another one of those.
But she's a human female. Right?
She's exactly.
Biological
She's a
female, not
human
fish, doesn't
being.
have gills, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's the statement that we got from Chili's today. This is a quote. I think you're hearing this for the first time. While we normally do not comment on people-related matters,
I
we
think
believe it's
your
important to clarify the
people are
actions taken in this
dumb.
situation. The individual was terminated due to repeated instances of harassment. towards
Impeded
fellow team
harassment.
member,
See, that's how they
which
get
is a
away with it.
violation of our policies.
They say
To the
harassment.
point, the team
Okay, what is the harassment? Because he called her by her real name? He didn't call her fish. So they're saying that. So this is how they get away without him suing them, is they say harassment. So now you can't even talk to an employee without it being harassment. You can't tell an employee something to do or anything without being considered harassment. This is a joke. And this is what our society's coming to, guys.
member was unable to continue the shift. The terminated
Oh,
individual
it hurt her. She got triggered and hurt her feelings so bad she couldn't work the rest of the day. That is so. If any owner or manager or boss does not have enough common sense to realize that she's full of shit, I tell you what, they deserve to get shut down in my book.
repeatedly asked to stop the
I'd like to know
harassing
where this
behavior,
one was
but
at.
He refused. How do you respond to that?
That's crazy.
You're right. That was my first time.
Yeah, that's a
seeing that
joke.
statement.
That's
And
lazy.
that is.
She's
absolute
lazy and she didn't
false.
want to work.
I have never harassed her.
Emotional
I've never
damage.
been talked to about harassing anyone.
Yeah, that's horseshit, dude.
That is totally.
Don't
false.
you
That is
feel
not
bad
true at
for
all.
Chile
calling her
says
by
you
her name?
violated their inclusion policy
Inclusion.
and that you were harassing.
Well,
your
he was
coworkers.
including her. He was working with her. Just because he didn't call her what she wanted him to call her, don't mean shit.
Her repeatedly.
That's ridiculous.
And you say that's not accurate. It just was that day you called her by her name and not Fish.
Oh my God.
Correct.
I wouldn't call
That
her
is
fish
true. That's
anywhere.
If they offered you the job back, would you?
Hell
go
no.
back to
I'd tell him to kick rocks.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
No way in hell I'd go back to
Have you
work for them.
contacted an attorney about this?
Well, that's why they
I
said
have.
harassment.
And,
So,
and do you plan on moving forward with that?
Yes.
All right.
yeah, because that
Wesley, will
cost
you keep
him
us-
wages.
will you keep us
It cost
posted?
him rent. That could literally
Oh, yeah,
put
for
him
sure.
out in the
Absolutely.
streets
Have
and
you
make
heard
him
from
homeless.
Fish? Has she reached out?
That could literally
She has not.
make this dude homeless, losing a job.
Okay. And does everybody else call her Fish?
He probably don't know. He don't pay
From what
attention.
I
He
saw
he
on
probably
social
does his
media,
job.
There are a lot of people on her Facebook that call her Madeline.
See,
Fish
so he's
like a
doing
fish
his
or fish
job.
Like the band?
He's not paying attention to her
F-I-S-H.
pronouns. Doesn't give a
Okay.
shit.
And they
What you
serve
want to
fish
be called.
tacos at Chili's, right?
Yeah, they serve
Yeah,
fish
used to,
tacos.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
They took those
Or
away.
well, yeah, maybe not anymore.
All
But
right, Wesley Ford, we appreciate you being
that
here.
is crazy, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Here, I'm gonna fire somebody because he didn't call the employee fish. Oh, I love this story. This one's awesome, guys. Did you guys see this one where the lady got her license plate? She refuses to put it on. This is so funny, guys. I seen this morning and it was so hilarious. Listen to this lady. It's awesome.
I don't think a woman that lives in a senior community that's going to be 77 years
This
old
is
next
funny.
month
Yeah.
will be driving around with what this plate has to say. I don't think
Squeeze
a woman
ass.
that lives
Oh, I
in a
seen.
senior
Oh, it
community
told the bigger
that's
story
going
earlier.
to be 77 years old next month.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, look at her. Huh. What would you do? Fucking nothing. I don't like blondes. Tell them to kick rocks. Oh, somebody's shooting. Or he's hitting it with the skateboard. Yeah, these people are nuts, man. This ain't mental. This is criminal, guys. This is not mental issues we're having. This is criminal. There you go. About time people are standing back up. That piece of shit ass.
Kim Kardashian's 13-year-old daughter, Northwest, recently revealed
Ugly.
her multiple piercings on the back of her hands, which I
That's
guess
sick.
led to a flood of critics on social media coming
That's
for
nasty.
Kim as a parent. She's defending herself.
It's
and
nasty.
her kid.
Let your kid do that.
If
Thir-
she
yeah,
and her
but
kid
13
decided
years
that's
old.
Okay, why do you care?
Why do you care what Trump
Leave this
does, lady?
child alone.
Why do you guys
What your
freak
children
out
doing?
over Trump? Why do you care?
And then it says, what age would you allow? I think everybody at this table will allow their children to do what they're going to do.
I think you're
when
wrong.
They think it's time for them to do
I
it.
think you would have another look at the blonde. She's like, nah, I don't think I would. She's more conservative at home and shit. And then the dark hair down here, she just had a baby in the blue dress. I forget her name. They're cows. She says she's conservative. Her whole family's conservative. She used to work with Trump, blah, 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 and all this shit. I don't think that they look at the blonde. You can tell she's looking down like, yeah, my kid wouldn't be doing this shit. I don't think these guys would let their kids do it either. Maybe Whoopi, because she went like completely full on woke, you know. I think a lot of parents now, like me, I'm not going to allow my kids to have that shit in their hands at that age. I don't care what kind of money they got. That looks like trash to me. That's just my opinion, you know. I think it looks nasty. She's wearing a dog collar. That's whatever, but you know, she gets up there to 17, 18, you know, hey, you're still not old enough in my opinion to make your own decisions, not rightfully, because a lot of times you regret those decisions, you know, later on. But they're more aware at 17, 18, you know.
I think that's
Well,
really
my
what
daughter
you have
has
to
some
do.
kind of a nose ring now, and she's
Yeah.
over 50.
A nose ring is different. My kids has got stud nose rings, but they're diamonds. They're not loops. They're not in the middle of the nose.
You know.
My daughter's got a nose ring and she's over 50. Yeah, that tells me you're 80.
barely ear left.
But-
Yeah, there's barely
but
ear left for
between
me.
the
Oh, you're
acupuncture, which I'm
ugly.
getting,
Right.
the Botox,
Right.
the what else is there? Vaccination I had to
Right,
get. I'm
right.
like a voodoo doll. I'm going to get another.
But didn't like the Kanye West kids, I think, wasn't it her kids that went overseas and had their eyes like changed, the color of their eyes changed? And then now they've had to try to reimburse them. And now it's like made them almost blind or something like that. A couple of the kids, like it's really bad for you. Like it's really damaged their eyes.
needle? No,
No piercings for you?
nothing.
That's
nothing. My
sickening.
father was in the Navy in World War II, and
So?
he didn't even have a tattoo.
So?
We don't do that.
This is
Okay.
100.
We don't do that. We're perfect. She always acts like she's perfect and she's the, you know, she never does wrong and her family's the perfect people. And God, she's saying this bitch is ugly.
Between the parent and the child, but
Her
I will
mouth,
say
something's wrong with her mouth. I don't know. Or maybe it's her nose and her eyes. I don't know. Something.
kids are also going to do it if you don't let
Yeah.
them with piercings. I
Uh,
did myself.
Not my kids, because I set ground rules in my house, lady. And it's called discipline. They respect themselves and then they respect others and they respect their parents. No. Where do you people come from? I make rules because this is my home and my kids follow them. They're not going to just do what they want to. I don't play that game in my home. There's no way.
second hole when I was like,
Maybe you're a pushover lady, but I'm not. I'm not a pushover parent. My kids are not going to run over me. They're not going. If I tell them they're not doing something, they're not going to go do it anyways. I promise you that. And they have never.
14 years old at a friend's.
And I don't have young kids anymore. The youngest is 17. So they've never done that. I've never had that issue with my daughters. Just to go and do something I told them not to. No.
Else you just pierced it.
Yourself?
And, yeah, it got slightly infected. Then we fixed it. But to this day, I still have them. Tattoos, I have stronger feelings about. I love tattoos, but wait till you're 18. If I had when I was 15,
I agree. Wait until you're old enough to make that decision, you know. And even when you're 18, you may regret it still later on, but at least you can cover it up or something, you know. At least you know you was of age, and at least the parent would know, you know, well, it's not my doing, you know. I tried to tell them at 18 not to do it, but
gotten a tattoo, I would have something so stupid right now. And
Yes, the
you guys
regretted
would be
tramp
like,
stamps from spring
yeah,
breaks
exactly.
everywhere.
We'd all have our
and
tramp
I bet,
stamps.
yeah, every one of them's
I
got
love
tramp
Wolf-
stamps.
Wolf Blitzer. Is that off the table?
Well, they just told you the blonde and the brunette here. They got tramp stamps. Yep, from spring break. Yeah, because they're conservative, like they're common sense. They did that thing. They lived like we did.
Off the table, George.
They're-
Now.
You know what I think is terrible? It certainly is between Kim Kardashian and her daughter Northwest.
None of
This
your
kid
business.
Has lived her entire life under a microscope.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's fair.
They like it.
It's not
They-
fair.
I-
It's
I
not
don't-
fair. Oh, it's not fair to be
Like,
rich
I
and
know that
famous.
She has a music career that she's starting, but she is again only 13 years
Exactly.
old.
She needs her ass whooped.
13-year-old kid a break. She's growing up.
That's the problem. Everybody's gave them breaks and breaks because they're rich and famous. That's the issue. Everybody's giving them breaks, Sonny. Everybody's gave them breaks. They get away with everything. Everybody just needs to give them a break. Well, that's their parents' fault for putting them in the spotlight. They should have kept them out of the spotlight. It's because they're famous people. I'm sorry, but if it takes me to put out a adult film tape for me to become social media famous and all, forget that. I'll stay where I'm at because that's what Kim did. That's and then the mother did it really and took advantage of it, and that's how they became famous.
Up under the spotlight. I can't.
Even with her married to what's his name, he was an Olympian athlete in what, the 70s, 80s. That still didn't make them famous. They weren't famous. No one really knew who she really was until, you know, the tape come out. And now there's allegedly the mother was the one that put the tape out, and to do it to make Kim social media famous and for them to make money and become famous. That was the whole thing because the mother craved that fame and fortune.
Imagine having that kind of pressure.
What's up, Moto
on
Bomb?
a
Good to see you,
13-year-old.
buddy.
And
Thanks for
finding
stopping
your way
by.
of And trying to find your way.
are such
Superstars.
major than
Yes.
life. Yeah.
Leave these
Yeah, you're
children alone,
cool.
please.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
just let them work it out.
Yes.
Let them work it out.
Well, I tell you what, tell them to stop being in public then. This is crazy. Have y'all seen this in Los Angeles or LA? Yeah, Los Angeles. Something has broken in the West Hollywood. Yeah, the main break, the water. Oh, but they ain't got enough water to put out a fire. But boy, they sure got enough in the damn pipes, don't they?
Massive water main break
Yeah.
in West Hollywood, Los Angeles.
Look at
The
that.
major flooding. Just look at that, turning roads into rivers. Los Angeles County Fire is on the scene.
That's
Multiple streets
that's a
were
lot of
closed
water,
down,
guys.
including major roadways like Santa Monica Boulevard.
I could have
and
been
Sunset
putting the
Boulevard.
fires
An
out.
investigation into this incident is ongoing, but not something you see every day in California, especially right before rush hour traffic is set to begin.
That's
Guys, over to you.
wild. Huh. That is
Back now with the
something.
Fox News alert, and
Look at
you are
that.
looking
I'm
live
gonna
at a
show it one more
massive water
time.
main break in West Hollywood, Los Angeles. The major flooding. Just look at that, turning roads into rivers. Los Angeles County Fire is on the scene. Multiple streets were closed down, including
That's,
major roadways like Santa Monica
that's a
Boulevard.
lot of water, man. Hey, there's a guy named Brandon. What she say?
Ma'am, I'm up here trying to get my damn brakes rotated. This lady talking about they only rotate tires. Ma'am, the brakes are a part of the tires. She talking about no, it's a separate service.
Oh my
I
God,
said,
how
okay, well, how much is
stupid
the
are
rotating
you,
tires? She talking about
lady?
250. Two what? That's high as hell. For you to tell me that the brakes aren't included when the brakes are built into the tire, like I'm confused. She talking about, no, ma'am, that's a
The
separate
brakes
service.
are
You
not
just
built
replace
into the
brakes. I
tire.
don't need the brakes replaced because they're not bad. They just squeaking a little bit. I just need to take the ones that's on the front and move them to the back.
You
along with the
don't do
tires.
that.
She talking about, no,
lady.
ma'am, you don't even have the same brakes on the front and the
No,
back.
you
So somebody done
don't.
already messed my car up because I got two different type of brakes on my car.
Oh my God,
The front brakes is not even the same as the back brakes. So somebody already done like I'm over here putting my life on the line even driving this car right now.
this is
Somebody's
so
gonna do
funny.
something. So I said, well, I just need all my brakes changed at this point because clearly This is dangerous.
Well, if your brakes are squeaking, then you've got squeaky brake or a road, a rotor or brake rotor or drum or something that's squeaking.
I had to be in complete control of my image. I had gotten burned by not being really in control of the narrative of me, and it just became something that I knew I needed to do. It's important for me to define me to America. Yes, because I'm Black, because I was the first, because there were opponents on both sides.
That's what pisses me off more than anything. I'm the first Black lady, first Black first lady. Who gives a shit if you're Black? Who gives a shit? You were the first lady. This is why they keep racism going in America, is because they label everything. It's always got to be, I'm the first Black. I'm this Black. This first Black did this, or this Black did that. Why even say that? How about just say, hey, the first lady, Michelle Obama. Seriously. We know you're Black. We can see. We can see that. Why do you have to label it? And that's why people bitch at Trump and say, well, he put his name everywhere. He done that. He done that. Really, lady? Because let me tell you something. Oh, my God. We all can see that you're Black and you're the first Black first lady. Nobody...
It wasn't just Republicans. It was some of my husband's Democratic opponents.
Yes,
who were going to play the race card and use our otherness against us. So when we talked about this, that I have to show up authentically me, because if I'm going to get dinged, it's going to be dinged. I'm going to get dinged. It's going to be the real me that's going to.
Lady, if it was the real you and the authentic you, it would probably be Big Mike, not Michelle. It would be Mike. Okay, you would show up as Mike, not Michelle.
Dinged. It's going to be the clothes I chose to wear, not somebody else's clothes. It's going to be the words I
said.
We know
we know why the clothes you chose. We know why your husband brought the LGBT alphabet community into the White House. He's the one that passed the laws. He's the one that did all that stuff first.
Somebody put in my mouth. It's going to be America understanding me. Like me, don't like me.
We know
what
you like
the made-up version of me.
And no one's trying to do a white version of you. Trust me. They're not trying to make you white, because trust me, there's enough of you guys that say that. Oh, I'm the first. She was the first. He was the first Black. She was the first Black lady to ever walk on that street.
I'm not on stolen land.
Who gives a shit? If we're on stolen land, then give me back my land,
the Native Americans. What do you mean?
Which Native Americans?
The various tribes of Native Americans.
Okay, so if we deserve reparations and we're on stolen land, since I'm Native American, I come from the Cherokee tribe in East Tennessee. Does that mean I get half of East Tennessee back? Do I get to move all those cities out, and is all that land mine? Now, does that make sense for Tennessee and the government to give me half of East Tennessee because my Cherokee family that I come from lived on that land and you guys stole it? So is that fair for my reparations? For you guys to give me back a half of East Tennessee, and then everybody has to move off my land and I get to own half of East Tennessee because that's where my family comes from. See how dumb that sounds? Why should any of us pay reparations to anything or anybody? I think our taxpayer money has paid enough reparations to everyone. White, Black, Chinese, Mexican, I don't care what color. I think we've paid enough. That's why they have Section 8, food stamps, welfare programs. That is reparations.
No.
College kids with low IQs. How the hell do they ever get into college?
Tribe.
There's various tribes. The Seminole tribe is one of them. There's
what land is this right here? What is UCF built on?
Indigenous land.
Which indigenous tribe?
I'm not sure which tribe this land's specific. That's like a very specific claim to, a specific tribe. I don't think that, are you negating the fact that there was a Native American genocide that this country was
There wasn't a Native American genocide.
What do you mean? It's one of the most documented genocides of all time.
You don't believe in nations.
How
do you steal land if there's no borders?
Because there was a nation at the point.
No, you don't believe in nationhood. You don't believe in
Yeah, you don't believe in nations.
And how did we
There
steal
was
land?
no
I don't
borders.
believe that nationhood should persist. That doesn't mean that I negate the fact that nations have existed.
Okay,
and also
that wasn't a nation here.
the
it was
Native
just
American
open
nations.
land.
They weren't nations.
Native
They
Americans.
were tribes that went around acting like.
They went around scalping other tribes and taking their women. That's why a lot of tribes actually died out, and a lot of the different Native American tribes doesn't exist anymore because they were brutal. The other tribes would, fight them, massacre them, take their women. It was a brutal time in this country when all the Native American tribes were here. So when our founding fathers conquered this land, they were doing the same thing the natives did on a regular basis.
Complete barbarians with each
You
other.
may not like me saying that, and trust me, I come from Native American. I got deep, deep roots in it, and my kids. But it is what it is. I don't live in the past. I'm not sitting here, stressed out about it and worried about it.
True.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
And then furthermore, how can we be on
I
stolen
can't
land
show all that
if you
because
don't believe?
I'd rather die than withdraw. If they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me.
Let's see. It comes with threats. It comes with being hated for your positions. Okay, okay, yeah, that's the judge. Yeah. Life quote. Amy Comey Barrett should resign, is what they're saying, especially if fear, because she was saying something about she had been threatened.
I don't like bullies.
Yeah, I don't either, buddy. That plays music. Yeah, and then Trump, he was talking about.
We're going to teach them a lot about driving trucks, and in many cases they know. We're going to say any American who's driven a heavy truck for our military will automatically be eligible for a commercial driver's license. So we're going to get them taken
Oh, good. They should know. They should be able to get a job.
And the radical left is very much opposed to that, but it doesn't matter what they
Hey,
want. Because
I
we're the ones that
guarantee
are
you, anyone that has driven heavy military equipment can probably drive a semi better than these illegals with license that don't know how to drive.
I just want to fix the music in the car.
Look at that. Aw, look at that cat laying there. What is this ridiculous guy?
Cleveland and the state of Ohio. He can do no wrong. They're already going to hang a statue of him. LeBron has been so great to that part of the country.
He ain't
You asked
been
two
great.
questions and you looked. You actually looked to see if there was fraud.
Yes.
And you found it wide open everywhere, rampant.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And a lot of the Medicaid programs inside of Minnesota, from the non-emergency vehicles, the transportation company.
You know, I find it so interesting because Keith Ellison, when he was Attorney General way back in 2018, 2019, I think we've got a poster to this effect, was actually told and had multiple referrals made to his office about fraud in some of the very programs that you looked at. I mean, this is years ago now. He had official referrals made to him. He said, "Oh, I just couldn't find any evidence of the fraud." Do you think
I
there's
agree,
a little bit of corruption
Brandon
at the governmental
Green.
level in the state of Minnesota? I mean, is that just
Young
maybe a
kids have no
possibility?
clue,
Maybe some
do
of these
they?
guys are maybe on the take. You think? I mean, possible?
Yeah, it's not even maybe or possibly, it's a certainty.
Yeah, I would say so too, and I can prove it to you. If Keith Ellison, that guy, after overlooking $250 million in fraud, he took $10,000 in campaign contributions
Yep.
from the very people who were committing the
It
fraud.
don't matter if he
Came to
took
see them in his
$5. He
office,
took
asked
money.
him to please get
That's
state
the problem.
investigators off of their backs, which he did.
That is the
Asked him to
issue.
shut down the investigations, which he helped with, offered to give him money, which he accepted. I mean, I think that's the answer as to why can't any of these people find the fraud? Because they're getting paid by the fraudsters. And here you are, 24 years old, got a camera, got the public records, ask a few questions, and it's everywhere to be seen. I mean, this kind of corruption, and it's what sadly,
Here, I'll take a
the Democrat
picture
Party
and
wants to
show
bring to this
real
country all
quick.
across America. I don't know why guys like Ellison are not being prosecuted, I have to tell you. And he sat there and lied under oath right where you're sitting now. I asked him why he took this money. He said, "Oh, I didn't take a dime." He took $10,000. It's on the record. I just want to commend you for what you've done.
Commend him for what he's done. Yeah, he's done more than any reporter. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people say that's not reporting. That's not. Yeah, it is. He's doing more than these other people have ever even thought about doing. I mean, seriously, like he's literally done more for the actual people in Minnesota and California, the states, than any other legit person or anything. In my opinion, he's done more than. Let's see. Come on, I don't want to see her. Okay, let's see here. So I had someone ask the other day about my cat. Well, I just took a picture. Just now took a picture of the boy sleeping. Here, let's show you. Let's see if you guys want to see what he looks like. The girl's laying next to him, but you can't see her. Look at him. He's a little baby. Yeah, he's a little baby. Now, this is sitting right behind me right now. He's laying here behind me. This is this is the guest room, guys. This is the bed. They've and I made my kind of office in here / streaming room. But yeah, they've made it basically their bed they want to sleep in. It's pretty neat. They're good cats. Let's see if I can find the other one. Let's see. Now, I got a lot of pictures in here, guys, and I tell you, Here's one of him and her sleeping here. I'm telling you, they've just like overtaking. It's pretty neat. There we go. Look at him. He's like looking at me. She looked, because I was taking a picture and they raised up to look and like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you doing? So yeah, that's the new babies. I've had them since the mother gave birth to them. Like they're, I don't know, a few months old or so. She gave birth, and so they're the kids. They're my daughters. They wanted to keep them. She only had two. The mother was a gray like him. It's a male. The gray one striped is a male, and the black one's female. And what's crazy is she only had, this was her first litter, and she only had two kittens. And she had this striped one, and she had a solid black one, which I thought was pretty wild, because I was like, where the hell did the black come from? You know, because there is no black cat around here but one, and it's a female. And she had a set of four, and she had three stripes and one black one. And it was weird the way that these cats had them. And then she ran off and went somewhere else. I don't know where she went, but we've given the kittens away. The other four kittens. And then we just got rid of these kittens' mom yesterday. We took her down to another place that has cats, and he wanted some barn cats. So we took three of them down there, and the mom, or two kittens and the mom, one of the mom cats. So, you know, people don't understand. Cats are good to keep mice away. They keep all that good stuff out of here, man. Like I said, he's sleeping. He's snoozing right now. He's just out. I put that blanket, that throw blanket up there, and it gives him a little bit more cushion to sleep. He's just snoozing, but yeah, they're good cats, man. They're really good. Like I said, let's see if I can. I want to see if I can find this video I've been looking for. I downloaded a video, and I cannot find it in my files. I don't know where it went, but I saved it in my downloads. I want to see if I can get this screen record. See, it's not it. It's not the one I want. Video file. Go to my downloads. That's not it. Okay. Earlier this year. Nope. No. Let's see. Documents. Nope. Videos. I want to see if it will open that. No. Dadgummit. What happened to that video? I want to see if it will load this one up and see what it's doing. What is it giving me?
Orthodox will say, like,
what the hell was that? Okay, let's see. Upload video file right here. Let's see. That doesn't make sense. Where is the video? Screen recordings right here. There should be more than that. Okay. Huh. That's weird. Where is the other video? Let me see what that one is. That one's fireworks. That one's not it. So we're just hanging out today, guys. Sorry, I'm just talking. We're having a little chit chat today. I'm just trying to find a few videos that I have made, and I want to see where they're at. I can't find a certain video, and it's aggravating me because I need that video to upload. I need it to be. I can't get it into my StreamYard for some reason, but it's like it won't show me. Like it's through my OneCloud. It showed it in my OneCloud, but then it won't show it. Okay, that's not it.
It's beautiful.
That's not it. Where in the world would that video be? I've looked in my gallery. Let's see. Not there. You see, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I'm not tech savvy. I have no freaking I'm telling you, I don't do tech good. And as long as I've had this, you would think that I would know a lot more about this computer stuff, but I really don't. I'll be honest with you, I really don't. I'm just not smart when it comes to this shit. Where is that one guy at? I'm looking for a guy or a video with the guy's face. That's not it. That's a good one though. We'll show that. I like that. That's a pretty good one. It's funny. It's a funny clip. Here, look at this, guys. This girl thinks
You're fine as fuck.
Look, this girl thinks she's going to yeah, it's got music.
You're like really ugly. I don't know. And your room's a mess. You look like
His
you live in
room?
a trap house.
His
I bet
room?
you're broke
Really?
as sh- I bet you're poor.
Bet you're broke as
Yeah.
shit.
Live in a trap house? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, lady. Look. Yeah, you look at your face. Oh, now you want to date him, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Now you want to date him. Ha ha, that was funny. Stupid ass females like that. I can't stand. Let's see what I'm looking for. I don't get it. I really don't. Why does it go to personal? But then it doesn't show what I'm looking for. Desktop, no items found, documents, nope, pictures. It's not the pictures I want. No music. There's video, nope. Screenshots. Let's see. What about screen recordings? That's what I'd like to see. Let's see what that one looks like. That might be all right. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. The Matrix Rain. Okay. Let's see here. Remove from studio. Let's go to media. Well, we could do that as an overlay or a background. Let's see if it'll let me do it as a background. Huh. Maybe not. Maybe. Let's see. That would be cool. I'm just doing nothing today, guys. I injured myself yesterday on an accident. Had to call the ambulance. I bled out quite a bit, so I'm kind of got my leg up. I can't. Yeah, that's all right. Huh. That's a Matrix kind of theme, you know? Pretty neat, I guess. I like different backgrounds. Let's see here. What is that video I'm looking for? Let's see. Add file. Okay. No match found in the iCloud? Really? In my personal iCloud? Something ain't right. Screenshots. Yeah. Where's my screenshots? Downloads. Nope. Screenshots. Huh. Screen recordings. There's not enough. There's the ones in there is not in my OneDrive or Cloud Drive or whatever. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that not be there? Huh. What is that one? I wonder. I know I'd get hit for that. These people are disgusting. I want to know how to move a video to Let's see, what am I looking for? Oh, video. Okay. I want to know how to move a video. Edit it. Trim it down. I may have to use my Carvana or CapCut. I'm not for sure. And then get it to download. Maybe that's the way I have to do it. I'm not for sure. Carvana. Yeah, it's free. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I'll look into that and see what I can do. Let's see what this was. Earlier they said the overlays had something new. Let's see what they are. What is it? What is the new? I want to know what the new thing is that you can do with an overlay. Okay. I don't see anything new. I really don't. They said it was something smoother or something like that. I'm not seeing anything different with the overlays. Huh. That's weird. Yes, don't forget to super.
Do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
That's a good one. That's always a good one. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go back up here. We're trying to figure out. This is just a chill day. Thursdays, guys. I'm not really doing much where I'm injured. I got to get my truck fixed, though. Got to get the transmission rebuilt. I don't really complain or ever complain about anything, really. But my transmission has to be rebuilt. That's why I got a dono goal of $1,000. It's going to be $1,500 from a guy I know that's a mechanic. He's giving me a break on it, and that's included parts. So I've got to raise $1,000. It's the only reason I'm trying to grift. So let's see what Hill Homar has to say about. Oh, she's ugly.
Life photo from the hospital. It's been a few days since Mitch McConnell posted his proof of life photo from the hospital. And some people are just not buying it.
It looked like it was AI generated.
Do you think it was?
It certainly looks like it. The fact that he hasn't been able to speak or have a conversation.
He don't even need to be in there.
Can be shared with the public.
And I agree. I will never agree with this woman. She is a ratchet fucking Somalian Muslim. I'm sorry, but that's what she is. That's what she identifies as, guys. So I will never, ever agree with this lady on anything but this. Mitch, if she's right about Mitch McConnell, where's he at?
The fact that his wife has not come out and shared any information. The fact that there was that video of supposedly him being carried out in a stretcher. It all sounds alarming. And I think the public is also just really sick of members of Congress who are.
We're sick of all of you.
Not showing up to work.
We're sick of all of you.
At this job,
not just him.
The retirement age for the rest of
they all need to get out of there.
Americans that we legislate on behalf of.
Oh,
yeah, no, I hear you.
It shouldn't be the kind of job where you're constantly being rolled in a wheelchair.
I think a lot of people would agree with you. And it seems like you're saying like it looks AI, but I mean, do you just think it is or it isn't? Like you got to be.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. No, I mean, I've seen people taking apart the photo, and there are images within the image that look like it could be AI.
It looks like it could be AI. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
but the fact that the public is talking about this, and there isn't still a more concrete way. For
everyone should be talking about it. He don't belong there. Neither does Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. None of those people belong there. They're all too old. This is why I believe in term limits. God, look at this girl next to her. What are you, like her? Crazy 88's security. Do y'all know who Crazy 88's is? Is this your Crazy 88 security woman? She's a ninja. Look at her, all in black. God, look at her face. She looks like she's a bulldog. Like her nose is up like a little piggy.
I think, like, what's a good way to apply pressure?
I shouldn't say that.
For a video or something like that, so we get clarity to see whether he's good.
I think there's enough pressure. Everybody's wondering what in the world is going on. It makes no sense. I mean, we just had a member miss votes.
Lady, we know what's going on. They're too old to be in there. They should not be in there. They should not be in Congress. They're too old. They're too fragile. They got mush brains. They can't speak. They pee on themselves. They're in wheelchairs. I mean, there's 70% of them need to be out of there. They're all too old. And you don't need to be in there because of your radical ideology.
For over 100 days. And then he came back and he said he was depressed. That's not something too difficult to explain from day 1 or day 5 or day 10. The fact that they continue to do this without having regard for the people that send them here, that pay their paychecks, is, I think, a very disrespectful thing to continue to do.
And you did the same if it was a Democrat.
And it's not disrespectful what you do, lady. Every day you run your mouth. It's not disrespectful. Oh, Rocky's coming out with a new movie.
Live and breathe for.
Yeah. This November.
I have faith in myself.
He's going to tell his story, how he became an actor and all that stuff. Yeah.
Hillary is more MAGA than Trump. I love this one.
Have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No question.
Yep. If they committed a crime, deport them. Everybody
Scarface
wants to
hotel
play
here?
music.
You know how to get to the Scarface hotel from here?
He can dish it out, but he can't take it.
Okay, and then also, motherfucker,
What are you fucking saying?
what do you mean?
Why do you keep saying motherfucker?
Oh,
Yeah, what are you
excuse me,
doing?
motherfucker. You know how to get to the Scarface hotel from here?
Excuse me, motherfucker. Look how young these cops are. Look at this dude's baby face. I mean, seriously, the sunglasses are like 10 times bigger than his face. What would he do if somebody really attacked? I mean, honestly, he would panic and shoot them.
You know how to get to the Scarface hotel from here?
Yeah, it's down that way. The 2 blocks.
Okay, and then also, motherfucker,
What are you fucking saying?
what do you mean?
Why do you keep saying motherfucker?
Oh, no, I'm not from, I'm from the 843. That's just how I talk. That's like my
Okay, so
slang.
let's walk that way. We're not talking to you.
Let's talk that
That's
way.
the way I talk.
Well, we don't talk like that.
Freedom
My
of
car got
speech,
towed here.
lady.
Motherfucker, so.
My car got towed here last night. I
All
just
right,
wanna,
motherfucker, go that way. Go that way, motherfucker.
Go that way, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, it's just the way I talk.
Yeah, that's the way I talk. Go, motherfucker.
Just keep
I
on.
mean, I don't know why you guys disrespect. You guys are disrespecting me like that. I know that's not how y'all talk. Excuse me, motherfucker. You know how to get to the Scarface hotel from
Oh, you
here?
can cuss
I
them
don't
out,
know
but they
what
can't
to
cut you
do. My
back.
wife is being detained by ICE. She's in Ocean County Jail right now, and I can't get a hold of her.
Is she
She's
illegal?
trying to call me, but they won't let me put money on her card.
Well, if she's an illegal, then she's being detained for a reason. Or did she get in their way? Or did she?
Allow me to put money on her card, and
Did she
ICE is
block
coming
her?
there to pick her up. I need an immigration lawyer. I need help. I don't know what
Maybe
to
you
do.
shouldn't
I
have
don't
married
any
an
money.
illegal.
I'm so fucking broke. But I got to figure something out. I got to save her.
I'm so broke. Get on here and give me
I need
money,
help.
guys.
I need you to figure out. I don't know.
Fake
It's just happened.
cries. I don't know what happened.
I need my
Maybe
wife.
you shouldn't have
I
married
don't want her to
someone
get
that
hurt. I
wasn't a
don't want
citizen.
to see her get.
How about
You asked
that?
2 questions and you looked. You actually looked to see if there was fraud.
Yes.
And you found it.
Yeah, well,
Senator, you've received almost $700,000 from the illegal labor lobby. Is that why you voted
Yeah.
against the Save America Act?
Can you tell me who the illegal labor lobby is?
Yes, it's
Traitors.
contractors, general contractors,
Traitors.
hospitality companies,
They're all-
industries, construction companies, and
How much
industries.
do you know about the Save? Which Save America Act are you talking about?
The one that you voted against, sir.
Okay. And so you're asking me if I voted, I was against it because
You're receiving almost $700,000 from
Yeah.
these
Do you have
lobbyists.
any remark, any
From
idea what a
lobbyists.
remarkably silly question that is?
Exactly
I
why
think
they
it's a
live
pretty
in
important one. I
mansions.
think your
and
constituents
everything.
want to know
They're
why you're
worth
betraying.
millions.
Matt, you know what my election
Now listen,
cycle
I
was?
believe in capitalism. I believe you can go out and make as much money as you want. I don't care if Elon Musk is a trillionaire. Good for him. Good for any rich person. I'm not rich. It'd be nice. I have no issue with someone that works for it. But when you're out here lobbying and these lobbying, and these people are giving you this kind of money to vote a certain way or to do this or do that, that's where the crooked shit for me comes in. I don't believe anyone should be able to sway any politician's vote with money, which, we all know. I think we could all agree on that, right? We don't believe that any politician should be accepting any kind of money except for maybe the campaign, and that should go into a fund that is checked. And I think they do have to check, and they do have to show for that.
The total
But
all-in
just
election
to
cycle cost
accept $700,000 from the lobbyists, I mean, that's a little disgusting, man. And then they wonder why these people lives in Washington, got a place in Washington and their state, and their home state. People wonder why they got security, $100,000 security year round, or they drive, nice vehicles and they got maids and everything. It ain't because they're senators. It's because they're crooked. It's because they got tons of money for voting certain ways.
Received almost $700,000 from the illegal labor lobby. Is that why you voted against the Save America Act?
Can you tell me who the illegal labor
Received
lobby is?
almost
Yes, it's
700
contractors, general
grand.
contractors, hospitality companies.
I don't care
industries.
if you're a Republican, Democrat, or what. I don't give a shit. This shit right here should not be going on.
construction companies and industries.
You know about the Save, which Save America
Because not everybody's stupid. People can do the research, asshole.
are you talking about?
The one that you voted against, sir.
Okay. And so you're asking me if I voted.
How do you
I
know
was
about that lobby? Is it fun? Well, how do you know about that company? Well, I did research. You know, there's something called research. See, that's the problem. They all think all of us Americans are just stupid and we're not capable of researching anything or looking into anything.
against it because
They're receiving almost $700,000 from these lobbyists.
Any idea what a remarkably silly question that is?
I think it's a pretty important one. I think your constituents want to know why you're betraying them.
Some math. You know what my election cycle, the total all-in election cycle cost was in 2020? It's $300 million. Do you honestly believe that I would make a policy decision based on that?
I don't know why you're betraying your constituents.
Yeah.
It's $300 million. Do you honestly believe?
What was $300 million?
Do you know what my election cycle, the total all-in election cycle cost was in 2020?
$300 million. So you're complaining because you were given $300 million to run your election cycle?
It's $300 million. Do you honestly believe that I would make a policy decision based on that?
I don't know why you're betraying your constituents. I'm independent.
Okay.
Why are you betraying your constituents? Why are you betraying your constituents, Senator?
Good luck on the clicks.
We just want secure elections, Senator. You're
They
preventing us
just
from
think
getting...
it's clicks. They think it's all about clicks and views, and it's not. This is how they get away with it. Oh, these are just YouTubers or streamers. You know, they're not real media. Who do you work for? You don't have a press pass. There ain't no such thing as a press pass. There really ain't. Unless you're going to a convention and it's some big like CNN or Fox, they may give you a press pass, but you don't walk around with a press pass. They don't, even those reporters, Jesse Waters, any of those people, they don't walk around with a press pass in their pocket all the time. Media that says press pass, they give them to them when they go doing a big event so they can get in certain areas. The Constitution, the First Amendment says you're a free press. We're allowed free press. So anyone that picks up a camera and decides to investigate or write down a story or research something is considered press. Read it.
Not. You're betraying America.
Yeah, they're always betraying America.
Good luck on yours. What a strange thing for Senator Tillis to say. $700,000 is not enough. He's a sellout, but not that amount because he receives $300 million. If I were an honest person and I were answering that question, I would just say, I'm not a sellout to anyone. I don't sell out for any amount of money. But Tom Tillis says he sells out, but not for that amount.
Yeah. He said, oh, yeah, exactly what he said. My other was $300 million for my campaign run. Why would I take 700 when I took 300 million? Hey, what a joke.
Everywhere rampant.
People.
Who can I call? Who can I call for you? I'm keeping my distance. I'm keeping my distance.
People like this woman.
Is there anyone that we can call for that gentleman?
White fucking liberals
Is that a child that you...
will be the downfall of America.
It is my business.
No, it's
ICE
not,
is my
lady.
business.
No, ICE is not your business.
Okay, I will stop.
You're not a government worker. You're nothing.
Child to me. Your name and badge number? Oh. You're not? You are talking to me. I see you are talking to me.
Whatever.
Mr. President, Donald Trump's election speech tonight is
He
not about
farts on the
election
damn.
lost 6
He
years ago.
farting. He's
It is a
farting.
threat against the election he is afraid to lose this November. Trump may control the microphone tonight, but he will not control the verdict in November. The voters will have the last word, and Senate Democrats will rebut Trump's lies every day. We will fight like hell to make sure Trump can't silence voters. Trump's primetime speech tonight isn't simply about relitigating his overwhelming defeat in the 2020 election. It's about undermining the 2026 election.
These people are crazy.
Fox News alert, Trump's giving Iran the big squeeze. For the first time in the war, we're launching airstrikes while the blockade's in full effect.
Yep.
Plus, sanctions are slapped back. Last night, 47 gave the gay Ayatollah 7 straight hours of bitch slaps.
Yep.
U.S. precision missiles fired from fighter jets, drones, and warships hit dozens of Iranian launch sites, mosquito fleets, and defense systems near the Strait. And this morning, Iran woke up to more bombs, over an hour of pounding, hitting cruise missile storage and missile sites near an island base. We're not stopping. Our forces are bombing Iran for the second time today. While the blockade stops anyone without a permission slip, a Curacao flag tanker headed for Karg Island. That's the first ship disabled since we started back up. We shot a Hellfire missile straight through her smokestack. We're also striking deep inside Iran. We hit a railway bridge that's crucial for Iran's trade with Russia and China. So now the land blockade's up, right alongside the wall of steel. This was a warning of a bridge before Bridge and Power Plant Day.
Yeah.
Now the mullahs are picking up the phone.
Came to the conclusion that you couldn't negotiate with the IRGC. Does that mean that
No one will ever be able to negotiate with those people.
We will see what's happening. We received a call just as I was coming here.
No
They
one.
want to meet. They always want to meet. But, you know, they should have been done by other presidents for many years, for 47 years, but really a lot longer than that. And it wasn't.
Yep, they
And
should
I
have
never
been done
understood
a
why,
long
but now I
time
do.
ago.
Because if you're not going to do it the way I'm doing it, you're never going to make a deal with them.
They're
Yep.
scraping for leverage.
Never going to
Parachuting
make a
on
deal
the
with those
so they're
people.
flinging drones at their Gulf neighbors.
Never. I
And
think
now the
he's.
mullahs are after
I think he's finally learned. I think Trump has finally learned that there's no negotiation with these people. There's no deals to be made. They hate America. They hate other people. Seriously, they don't want no deal. And just like he said, they've just pushed the deals. You know, they've tried to negotiate their ways with other presidents, and all they've done is drug out the time over the years. They don't want to go negotiate. They want us gone, man. They want us all gone. They want everybody in the world gone that is not their ideology. I mean, what would they do then? There would be nothing. There would be nothing for them to go to. If America was gone and the other country was gone and these other countries they didn't like was gone, you think they're going to live happy and peacefully with China and Russia? Honestly, and North Korea, do you think so? I don't see it. They would be going to war with them if they got rid of us. It wouldn't be long and they would be attacking China and everybody else. If they had got rid of us and the people they don't like, they would they would start another war. They'd be fighting the other people. And what's their goal? To live on this earth, just their country by themselves, and that's it. Like no way to go anywhere, people to build ships or do anything for them to leave their country, just sit there. It doesn't make sense. These people are radically nuts.
For our boys. Iranian politicians want the IRGC to invade one of our bases and kidnap 100 soldiers.
Yeah.
Hold them hostage in Tehran.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
See, you go over there, they kidnap you. They come over here and we let them pray in their streets. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with Americans? That's what I want to know. You step foot in any of those countries over there, not just Iran, but any of those other ones, and you get your head locked off, you get kidnapped, you get taken hostage, if not worse. But they flood our country, and guess what? We let them take over Manhattan and New York and pray 5 times a day. What sense does that make? Seriously, what kind of sense does that make for us to allow these people to come in here, buy homes, set up their own, mosque or whatever you call them and things? What sense does that make? That makes no fucking sense. I think it's quite ridiculous.
Had 111 missile shot a few weeks ago.
You don't have to
by
agree
our
with me.
friends from Iran.
I think it's
They were aimed at
funny.
the Abraham Lincoln. Out of the 111 missile
America's
shots,
downfall will be
111
Americans.
missiles were knocked into the
You know
sea. I
that,
told
right?
The captain of the ship, he wasn't even sweating. 111 missiles are coming at you.
America's downfall will be Americans.
Taking it easy.
The mullahs can lob as many ballistics as they want. We'll shoot them down. There's
Yep.
nothing they can do to us. That's why we own the strait.
It's open if people want to go through it. We're not opening it for Iran. That's the only one it's closed for. It's closed for Iran, both in and out, but it's open now. A lot of things have happened, Trey, in the last few months. Pipelines are being built. We're coming up with great alternatives, including Texas, including
Nothing leaves unless we say so. And their neighbors are building pipelines around Hormuz. They'll have oil flowing without Iran getting their slimy hands on it. And with the land and sea blockade, they can't get their oil out.
Yeah, did y'all know that?
Instead.
Yeah, they can't get their oil out. So what we're doing, we're building pipelines around all that so we can get the oil. For the oil will be ours.
Now, the commander-in-chief was in the Situation Room. He's being presented with more options. Sources say Clark Island's in play. So's Pickaxe Mountain.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, look at these things. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
Yeah, I got caught, didn't
They're
I?
having an
That's when they got
Yeah,
caught.
it's very sharp. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Oh, look at
Boy, that wouldn't be
Calling
nothing to
Caitlin
cheer
Clark
about.
the face of the WNBA is disrespectful to those who paved the way.
Really? You think she is?
Calling Caitlin
Clark. Yeah.
And it's a lot more comfortable at
This
the South,
lady's
but
got
we're
a
still
roach.
in the
Can you
80s
imagine?
here in the
Oh, a
Valley, so
roach
overnight
running on
temperatures
her.
not
Oh,
necessarily
down her
dropping,
dress.
and this leads to less recovery time
That's
from the daytime
nasty.
heat.
That's she's probably.
Oh,
That's one of those big roaches. Look at that. Ran right down to her boobies.
Yeah, they do fly. It's like a flying
That's
cockroach.
crazy. Yeah, she just now felt it.
so
Yeah.
professional. She
She
kept it
just
cool.
now
There's
felt
no
it.
way I would have been able to.
That's
No way.
crazy.
She probably wasn't sure what it was. You just know there's something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
large.
No.
That's a
I
big
have to say, I'm
roach.
so relieved that it
Where's she at? The housing projects? I mean, come on. Ugh. Truthfully, it looks like one of those like flying roaches, man. It looked like a flying roach. It looked like it had wings. Look, the baby's sleeping. Yeah. See them? Yeah, they're sleeping. They're little buggers. Excuse me, guys. What are you doing, buddy? You sleeping? Hold me, baby. Don't you know me? Let's see if we can get a tab pulled up here to see what is going on the local 4. No, we don't want to go into Discord. Discord's ridiculous. Some of it is. Let's see what the top news is today. Oh, did y'all hear about Sanford and Son star Hal Williams dead at 91? Did y'all hear about that? Yeah. Let's see if we can. Why would you get tripping? That's stupid. That's crazy. See, two lover teens charged with massacring her family in East St. Louis, Illinois. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of craziness in them, man. Lord Almighty. What the hell's wrong with these people? It doesn't make sense, does it? God Almighty. That's crazy. Here, let me, that lovers. What do they think they're going to do? They'll be in separate prisons, They're not going to be able to see each other. It's pretty crazy to think that, Let's see here. I want to know. Let's see. We're looking up stuff, guys. Sorry, I'm looking up something on the tab here. Let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to look up something here. No, we have, let's see, I was looking up, let's see here. Dadgummit, I didn't want to look up that. That's not what I was looking up. Okay, let's see. Let's go back out. Let's go to this one. The opening championship starts today, guys. Yep. Let's see. We were trying to research. Let's look. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Let's see. We want to look up Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's what I'm trying to discover right now. Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, book now, best prices. Let's see here. Let's see this here. They look pretty nice, don't they? I've been there many times. I'm looking for the hotel that $414 a night. That's not bad. There's $123 per night with a jacuzzi, something I would not get in. I ain't getting no nasty ass jacuzzi with other people that's other people's been in. Huh. What to do in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Walk across the bridge. I've been there. I've done the Clear Sky Bridge, whatever it's called. Yeah. We're just kind of looking around. The Hatfield McCoy. I've never eat there. They said they put on a pretty good show, you know. That's what nighttime looks like there. Pretty neat. Let's see. Yeah, it's all lit up. It looks good. Huh. Let's see here. I'm looking for more of like, I know what there is to do there. I've been there many times. The wife, and the reason I'm looking this up, guys, is because the wife is like, hey, in like 2 weeks, let's go somewhere, me and you. So I'm trying to just kind of look up a few different things that's drivable, you know, that's some driving places. Compass Hotel by, let's see, by Margaritaville. Expedia, let's see. Let's get out of that. Let's see. 144 nightly. I'll be honest, I don't even really like swimming in the pools with a lot of people, you know, because I know there's a lot of people. Definitely you're not going to get in no damn let's see what the cabins look like. Those look pretty. Definitely not going to get in a jacuzzi where there's been other people in there all day and night. Who knows the last time they actually cleaned those things. There's some pretty cabins for rent, for nightly cabins. Those are pretty. $319 per night. That's not bad though. I just don't like the way it sits. This is $280 per night. Am I on the screen? Yeah, okay. That's a pretty one. $380 per night. A Barrel of Fun, 2-bedroom, riverfront cabin near Island in Pigeon Forge. Oh, that's pretty. $380 per night. That's not bad. I like where that sits. That sits in a mountaintop there. Let's see. That's cute. That's nice. I wonder which one the wife would like. Let's see here. I like the indoor pool like that. Now that would be nice if you got your own personal jacuzzi. And if it's clean though, that's the problem. Is it going to be clean? I wouldn't mind getting in something like that if I got my own personal jacuzzi on my deck, you know. I don't mind that. But $280 per night, so yeah, average price $200, $300, $400 a night. That's not bad. So I guess it's not bad. I mean, seriously, if you're going to do a few things, you're wanting to enjoy getting away, you know, just you and the old lady or something. I don't think that'd be too bad, you know, to just go and stay a weekend or something, you know. Smoky Mountains travel. I just wonder what there is to do. Like I was talking to a guy earlier about Georgia. I lived in Georgia. What I'd like to do is I don't know. I thought about checking out that Germantown in Georgia, North Georgia. some kind of old Germantown or something replica. I lived in Noonan, Peachtree City there. I wouldn't mind, I've been to Atlanta Speedway, all that stuff before. But he did suggest going to like the Coca-Cola plant. I've never been to the Coca-Cola plant. I just hate Atlanta traffic. God, I hate that traffic. I can't stand that fucking place. I can't stand that city. The traffic in that city. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to think if there's anything in Kentucky. What would be something in Kentucky just to get away for a weekend getaway where you don't have to drive fucking 5 or 6 hours just to get to? That's what I'd like to know. Where in the world would be a weekend getaway? What do you guys think? What would be a good weekend getaway in the areas of East Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia, those areas, the South there, kind of middle South? You guys got any ideas? Where would you take your wife for a weekend getaway if you had a choice for a couple-hour drive away? Where would you go? I mean, I've been to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. Like I said, I don't really want to go south to Atlanta. I've been to North Carolina. I'm trying to think if there's anything around Kentucky or anything like that. Don't really want to drive to Nashville. It's too overcrowded for us. Well, me and my wife, we don't like big crowds of people. So that's what I would think. We don't care much for big crowds. So I mean, we can manage it, but we like to be secluded. Like, I may just put her on the bike. We may just take the Harley and go, and just do the weekend on the bike instead of driving the car. But here's the thing. It's hard. I can pack the bike. I got bags and a saddlebag and all that and a tour pack. But the wife, a woman likes to pack. Like she'll probably be more like, let's just take the car. I can get more shit in it, Like, why do you need to take so much shit for a weekend trip? Like, I can pack the bike. We can pack the tour pack. It's not a big one. It's a Razor, but it's still, there's enough room to put stuff in it. Jump on the back of the bike. We'll take the bike up for the weekend somewhere. We'll go, To me, that's a good weekend. Take off on the bike and ride and go rent a cabin or something somewhere. I don't know. Because she was like yesterday telling me, I get my vacation like next week, and she gets like 2 weeks vacation. Next year, she'll get like 4 weeks. She'll get like fucking a whole month of vacation time next year. Like this year, she's only getting 14 days. So, I guess that's pretty good vacation time. 14 days, 2 weeks vacation for what she does. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's me. Let's see. What are you doing? Waking up? Little turd. Little baby. Little baby. You're a little baby. Is it me? I need to find those glasses, though. That's what I was wondering. Oh, look at that baby sleeping in the bed. Look at him. Oh, Lord Almighty. Yep. That's me. This was the moment he knew he fucked up. Super Mario Brothers. I'm bored, guys. What the hell is going on out here? Huh? What in the world is going on in the YouTube streaming land? Yeah, we just seen that clip, lady. I don't want to listen to that. Can't stand people like that. Did y'all hear that? Oh my. Okay, let's just hear this for just a second. I want to show you guys a clip, okay? I want to share this clip. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to look at this clip. We're going to talk about it here in just a second. Let's see. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay, not yet. Okay, let's get up there. All right, here we go. Listen to this.
He urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan, and he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelations referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. He said that President Trump had been anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth.
Okay.
If I'm in that meeting, I'm like, hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. What?
That's where you need some of the psychedelics we talked about at the last Joe Rogan JD Vance conversation.
That would definitely help.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
my response, first of all, like, obviously, do I endorse that? No. Do I think that it's important that people rein it in a little bit? Because I'm sure you're right. There were a lot of troops there, probably a lot of Christian troops there who were like, I'm not sure this is exactly
Yeah,
right.
saying he was anointed by
The important
God.
thing is,
These
I
people are
think
nuts.
as a Christian leader, as Christians, period, one of the things we have to do is just have humility in the face of God's plan. There's a
Yeah.
lot that we don't understand. There's a lot that we don't get. And I think especially
And for these people to say
that
Trump,
I try to
not
take
J.D.
is
Vance, these
try to
other
make the
people to
best
say
decisions
that
we can.
Trump said
You
he
hope
was
that you're on
anointed
God's
by
side.
God.
You don't assume that God has taken your side. That's a
Yeah.
very famous Abraham Lincoln quote. And that's the attitude that I take. So for that, what I would encourage that NCO to say is, you know what? God is in control. We don't know what's going to happen, but let's pray and try to do as good of a job as we can, trusting in God. If I was speaking to a group of Christian troops, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Not that, he was anointed by, God himself. These people are nuts. They'll say anything.
Back, the Democratic Socialists just unveiled a sweeping new policy agenda. It calls for a dramatic overhaul of all three branches of the government. They say, on the plus side, you'll probably never have to pay a bill again. Take a listen.
Listen to
You're able
this.
to take a
Socialism.
day off and not have to worry. And you don't have to have a job just to pay the bills because you don't have a lot of bills, right? Bills are no longer a thing because there's not for-profit businesses that are constantly trying to exploit you and trying to, put you into debt.
We wanted to lift up that demand very clearly.
This is what their delusional minds. They make it sound good. It all looks good on paper, but it never works. Socialism, communists will never work. Listen to this shit. They're saying, yeah, we're going to get rid of all these branches of government. We're going to reform all three branches of government so you never have to pay a bill again. Well, where's the money coming from to pay these people? You think these businesses would stay in business if they're not getting paid? You think employees are going to work if they can't get paid? These people live in the clouds.
Abolish ICE, end ICE detention, end deportations, and punish the brutality of these federal agents.
Yeah, let's string them up and punish them because by all means, they did their job. They did the job just like they did when Obama and Clinton and Bush and all these other people were president. Just because CNN didn't televise most of it or any of it except that one little ride-along they did when Obama was in, because we all know Obama deported more than anyone. He was the deporter king in that. Libya, how many people did he kill in Syria and Libya and stuff? Innocent Americans and people. Obama. No, they don't want to bring up that, do they?
All right, welcome back. The Democratic Socialists just unveiled
Democratic Socialists just unveiled their radical platform policies, what they want to do. This is insane.
a sweeping new policy agenda called
Hello.
for a dramatic overhaul
Is it
of
you
all three branches of the
looking
government. They
for?
say, On the plus side, you probably never have to pay a bill again. Take a listen.
Never
You're able
pay a
to
bill
take a
again.
day off and not have to worry, and you don't have to have a
You
job.
could take a day off and not have to worry about your bills because we're going to pay for them. Or the government's going to pay for it.
Just to pay the bills because you don't have a lot of bills, right? Bills are no longer a thing because there's not for-profit businesses that are constantly trying to exploit you and trying to, put you into debt.
We wanted to lift up.
So there's no for-profit businesses. So no businesses are going to be able to, have a profit. They're just, these businesses are going to agree to just make money, pay employees, never make a dime profit. How are they going to live? How are they going to feed their kids?
That demand very clearly and to state,
These
abolish
people
ICE
are
and ICE
nuts.
detention and deportations and punish the brutality of these federal agents.
Correspondent Madeline Rivera
Bring them up
has
and
all the
punish them,
details
they
for us
said.
during the DC
They're going to
newsroom.
get rid of ICE.
Good afternoon, Jillian. Besides those things, the DSA also calls for defunding the Department of War, reparations, and wealth
baby.
taxes. They argue capital.
Come here, honey. Oh, her waking up. Come on. Y'all waking up from your nap? My babies are waking up from their nap. They always meow for me. They want to come get my
Socialism
lap.
hinders freedom, and that our current political system is not true democracy.
Why do we have a Senate? Like a lot of people are going to see that and they'll be
Hello,
like, "Wait a second,
Tootie.
why do I have a Senate?"
Hello, Moto.
What's so great about
Woo,
the
woo.
Senate? I mean, I'm not sure about this, but I'm pretty sure the
Hello.
most popular senator is Bernie Sanders, and it's because he ran for president as a Democratic socialist.
The DSA is pushing for an expansion of the House, which they argue is a more accurate
Exactly.
representation of the
Yeah.
population. And they want the
These
Supreme Court to be
people are
replaced by
nuts,
a judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress.
people have
The new
no
platform comes
sense.
as the DSA hits 120,000 members, which they say is now the largest socialist
Come here.
organization in the country. The agenda will essentially serve as a rallying call as they try to build on the wins of left-wing candidates in recent primaries. Democrats are torn about how to tackle the rise of socialism within their party, but Senator Bernie Sanders says it's been a long time coming.
Oh, brother.
We are seeing a real movement.
This guy's the one that started it all. Socialism. Now he's calling for something. I think they said he was calling for Madani or something to stop doing what he was doing in New York or something about Madani in New York that, because it don't work, man. It's easy for someone that's worth $200 million to call for socialism, ain't it? As long as they're not taking their money, they're okay with it. They don't care. They believe the government should pay for everybody, and be in charge of everybody. It's easy when you got $200 million in your bank to say, I like socialism. Well, yeah, you're not going to be hurt from anything.
American people who increasingly understand
This guy's,
that we are living in a
he don't
moment
even
we never
need to be in
understood
there.
have so few people, multi-billionaires.
These people
and
need
so
to
much
get out of
money
there.
and political power. And all across this country, we're seeing a profound disgust. People are standing up and saying that establishment politics and establishment policies are not working. We need
Man,
to
this dude's a
House
moron.
Speaker Mike Johnson and other Republicans are sounding the alarm, framing communism as a real threat.
Yes, it is.
Let's
It
just see what
really
the average
is.
American thinks about this. This is the comment section. Let's see what
Communism
the average
is
person
a-
thinks of the democratic socialists and what they want to do to America. Why isn't anyone stopping them? The Nazis were also socialists. This is absolutely true.
It
Everyone
is.
is paying attention. These people want the downfall of America and everything. It
Yes, they
represents.
do.
This is a fact. They want
So
to
they can
completely
run it the
change
way they
everything
want.
and all of our founding principles.
What they don't
Very sad and
understand
scary.
is
So many people believe these people. We must
exactly. That's the crazy thing. So many people believe them, but what they don't understand is as soon as they get these radical socialists and these communists in this country and in charge, they're going to be under their boot too. They're not going to be in. You think Bernie Sanders is going to be in charge? If some radical social like commies come in and take over this country, do you think they're going to just say, Bernie, you're okay with us? No. These people don't have a clue. Even like these women out here and these liberals hollering for it. We want socialism. We're socialists. They're all going to be under these people's boots with the rest of America. They act like they're going to get to live nice and good. They don't realize it's going to affect them, and they're not going to have shit either. But they don't see that. They see is they're all surrounded, holding hands around a tree, singing Kumbaya, shit like that. That's not the way it works. That's not the way communist and shit like that works. The way it works is these dictators will come in and take over, and even the rich people will give up. They will take their money. They will put them in camps. They will do all that shit. None of these people will get what they want, or if that's truly what they want, but they don't want that.
stand for our republic, control just like Cuba, and you will have bread and food lines just like them.
Exactly,
It's crazy
like
people
in the
believe
20s and
this.
30s in
There's
the
no bills in
Depression.
Cuba either. This is absolutely true. You'll see people just standing around with a soccer ball because they have nothing to do all day. There's no
Yeah,
money,
there's nothing to do. They have nothing. They're sitting there waiting for food, someone to open and hand them out bread. And I think they said in Cuba, you're allowed 4 eggs either a day or a week, like a week maybe. They get 4 eggs a week. I've seen one guy said he came over here and he was in a country and he said for a long time they wouldn't even allow bananas to be imported in their country. They wasn't even allowed to have bananas and certain things in their country. And I'm like, yeah, that's what America needs to turn into, some bullshit like that, you know.
No food. There's absolutely nothing. These people are crazy, very disturbing. We are doomed. Republicans, only thing that can save America. Communism is what they want. This is a fact. Do they really believe their own BS? Liberals have lost their minds. Exactly. So every single comment says the exact same thing. These people are out of their minds and they will bring the end of America. How are we letting?
I don't know if they believe their own bullshit.
They should be forced to leave.
They're
our
pushing
country.
shit to where people are believing this stuff. You know, that's the problem. But do you think Bernie Sanders doesn't believe in capitalism? I mean, he's worth $200 million, I'm sure. I know he's worth millions. You think that man wants all his money to be give out to everybody? Hell no. A lot of them push these bullshit agendas and they really don't believe in it. But they get the public to believe in it just to vote them in. That's the game. Say what you got to get in and stay in power. So you can stay rich and powerful and everybody else can live underneath you. By all means, us peasants out here, you know, have to stand in line for bread and water. That's the good thing. As long as they ain't going to run me off my land, which I'll fight until they pull the, you know, out of my cold dead hands. I've got 2 wells on my land that work. 2 wells. Also, there's 3 springs coming out of the mountains here where I live in the mountains in my town. And everybody goes to them. We get spring water. It's free. There's lines of people that stand and get spring water. They fill up jugs after jugs. So water is okay where I'm at. Like I said, I got well water. As long as I got electricity, which I'll get a generator if I had to. You know, I've got well pumps. These people, I just don't think they understand what they're getting into, you know.
A leadership pact, an action.
These people are nasty right here.
Power Inc., which Bush called in her own fundraising emails a 501c4, a
Yeah.
nonprofit, not political.
Nonprofit means they're making money. They're scamming. I'm sorry, but anyone can say what they want about a nonprofit. Nonprofits make money. A nonprofit organization, how do you think they pay their employees and all the bills and shit they have in their places? When I hear nonprofit, I think of a scheme, like someone is scheming or scandaling something. That's what I think. When I hear a nonprofit, I don't care if it's a church or not. When I hear nonprofit, I hear a scam. That's what I hear. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. That's your opinion. You're free to it. I just don't see it. I don't see socialism working ever in this country.
From that nonprofit into the PAC that pays her and her husband.
Yeah.
And one of those nonprofit emails asked people to, quote, donate to our tornado fund.
Yes,
The campaign stopped
donate so we can pay this crook right here out of our nonprofit fund. And this is how they make money from nonprofits. Isn't this the lady that just ran and lost and now she's bitching saying, you ain't got rid of me, I ain't going nowhere?
morning. I repeated questions we already sent her campaign in writing 6 days earlier. How much did you take in and where did it go?
Yeah.
You know what? You have been told multiple times that is a pact that I cannot speak to as a candidate.
That's not your business how I live fancy and rich and who gives me money. Why I stand around here with these poor people and promise them nothing. Yeah, boy.
Did it?
Her fundraising
Get it? You stop asking is what she's saying. You're not going to get no answer.
Disclaimer, telling donors the PAC and the nonprofit are not affiliated. I'm sorry for the confusion. This was not about the PAC. This was actually about the C. You called it a 501c4 and
yeah.
said it was a charity.
What about the
I
PAC?
cannot speak to. I can speak to what I just did. That's what I can speak to.
I can't speak to the charity that pays me.
You have been instructed already.
So we moved on. 10 minutes and several questions.
See, they don't want any. Look at these people. You think these people got money like her? These are the people that think that she's doing good, and she's some of them. Look at them. They look poor as shit. Look at their shoes. New Balance. Those ain't expensive shoes no more. Look, khaki pants, t-shirt, button up, 3 button up. These people, they ain't got money. They ain't got money like her. She's sitting here promising them all this, knowing she's getting paid tons of money.
So I tried again for an answer.
Yeah, look at them.
Stephanie Rose Spalding,
they don't look like they got shit.
Payroll, shut it down. Congressman, can you please clarify?
Can we have a question from someone who has not asked the question?
Here's the part that
Can we get somebody to ask a question that ain't ask a question? by all means, let's not get pressed on anything, you know.
Might surprise you. A lot of this is probably legal. We took it all to
Yeah, it probably is.
One of the biggest issues
It's all
with
legal. They
501c4
do it by the
nonprofits-
they get around with the loopholes to make it legal, so can't do nothing about it. So these people can give these people money, as much money as they want.
which are not technically supposed to exist for political purposes. They don't have to disclose their donors. They don't have to disclose much
Yep,
spending.
they don't have to disclose
And
anything.
he'll do it with no.
It's nonprofit organizations.
Important to note, part of her own money trail.
Volunteer
it's illegal, and
giving
not by
money.
accident. That's how these groups are built to work.
What it
Yep.
ultimately means is the money is going to a 501c4 nonprofit that is not legally required to disclose its donors to the federal
A
election commission.
nonprofit.
And yes, we dug into the outside money, helping Wesley Bell too, and we've reported
Yep.
it. The difference
501c
now is that those donors are
nonprofit.
public. This trail is not. The candidates
This is
who run
how they
on
get rid of the.
honesty-
This is how they get their money without leaving a paper trail and without doing it because they file a 501c nonprofit. And then guess what? I don't know. We have organizations that donate hundreds of thousands of dollars to us for this nonprofit, and as long as they abide by the paperwork and show, you know, oh well, this nonprofit has to pay her. She's an employee, so you know it don't matter. They can pay her $30 million a year as long as you know. It's a nonprofit and they're doing it by law, legally, by paperwork, legal.
Still owes this district some answers about
See,
the web of committees.
but that's the problem. She's getting all this money, and these district people are like, and these are the idiots that believe her that's standing here behind her. They're dumb. She's got a mask pulled over their face. Yeah.
Controls and where the money lands. We did send the questions once more in writing after the event today.
While she's living all nice and proper and great, they're sitting here can't even afford gas or their rent.
Campaign says it's still not really sure what we're asking, and that hey, we're already past the deadline.
We don't know what you're asking. Well, what he's asking is why is she getting so much damn money and where's it coming from?
Fine. Here's the short list of what we still don't know. How much she raised on that tornado fund, she won't tell us. How much
Exactly.
reached actual relief for tornado victims. There's no paperwork
Exactly.
to
Where did the money go? Where's the victims? What did they get? Where can you show proof of what kind of money you gave these people? If it's a nonprofit organization that raises money for tornado victims and these people that need help, where are they at? Let me see the receipts. Let me see these people. Where did the money go? No, it went in her pocket.
Who the donors are, the law doesn't make her tell us that part.
Nope.
And what she's doing in that role with that group now that she's running for Congress, no answer on that part.
Yep. So this is how they get away with it. 501c. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against capitalism. I got something against crooks, criminals.
On this vote, the yeas are 217, the nays 209. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
John Thune's the one holding everything up, I believe.
On this vote,
Yep.
the yeas are 217, the nays 209. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
So, just in Representative Anna Punama Lana, okay, reveals that if, let me see if I can get my glasses. If any of the House passed legislation, is stripped of the Save America Act in the Senate, it will be on John Thune's direction. Exactly. It will be at his direction. Okay. And everyone is watching. Yeah, because he's a rhino. He's an old school Republican. And this is the reason the Save America Act has not passed. Y'all know that, right? It's John Thune. He's behind all this shit. He's a dirty
Here in the United States,
rhino.
we have taken the necessary and essential action of formally recognizing left-wing violence as a form of political terrorism that is a direct threat to our national security and the survival of our Republican form of government. President Trump issued a directive in our parlance. It's called a National Security Presidential Memorandum, or NSPM.
Here, let's listen to this.
Here in the United States, we have taken the necessary and essential action of formally recognizing left-wing violence as a form of political terrorism that is a direct threat to our national security and the survival of our Republican form of government. President Trump issued a directive in our parlance. It's called a National Security Presidential Memorandum, or NSPM, NSPM 7 to be exact, that directs for the first time in American history all of our law enforcement and intelligence agencies to work together to disrupt, identify, defund, debank, arrest, and prosecute these political terrorists that are operating in our country. It's very important to understand that
Sometimes I miss the
terrorism
days that me
seeks
and
to
John
ultimately
and
end
Coy,
the overthrow
we talked
of our
about
system
the
and form of
cryptids,
government.
the
And we've seen
Bigfoots,
this
the
take place many
aliens,
times in
and
many places throughout
all
the year.
kinds of
Secretary Rios
stuff.
provided you many
God, I
examples.
miss those times.
Left-wing terrorism always ends in bloodshed, misery, and suffering. It only can travel in one direction. There's no point at which the left-wing terrorist is satisfied with his gains and ceases progressing. Inevitably, left to run its course, it always becomes a gulag. It always becomes the mass imprisonment of political enemies, the stripping of their
Oh,
rights.
Stephen Miller's come out and shine this go
inflicting
around,
immense
ain't he?
pain, humiliation, suffering.
He don't give a shit.
In order to establish complete and total control. Control through psychological and physical and actual terror. And we have to understand that that is the scope and the extent of the threat that we face.
Yeah. And also,
It's pretty amazing what you can do with a camera and a little bit of chutzpah. Welcome, Senator Rand Paul. Why weren't bureaucratic investigators able to uncover what this young man did with a camera?
exactly.
You know, I think because we don't have any investigators. This question was asked over and over.
Exactly.
Democrats are complaining, oh, it's
Nick Shirley with a 20-year-old with a camera can do some research and discover all this fraud shit. Why can't anyone else that's actually been doing this shit for years? I know it's not these senators or House representatives' jobs to do that. I know it's for them, but investigate. If you know there's fraud somewhere, have a team come up and pass a bill to hire someone to go investigate. Oh, they probably have them people.
sensational in the videos, and to my mind, it's like, where have the government inspectors been for decades? I think part of the problem is this: the federal government pays for these programs, but the states sign people up. So there's no incentive for the states to police these.
When you police yourself, when the government polices itself, just like the local police, oh, we're going to send this to our police investigator. You really think that they're going to turn this shit in and say, okay, here, guys, we're going to turn in what we're doing. We're going to turn in the criminal act that we're doing.
Because to the states, it's free.
Horse
So right now,
shit.
new people we add to Medicaid,
Horse
a lot of these programs
shit.
are Medicaid. 90% of the bill is paid at the federal government. 10% is paid for by the states. So the states look at it as, oh, well, this is free. Who cares? I don't care whether it's an able-bodied person. I don't care whether they have a job. I don't really care whatever their income is. That's the way
See?
the states treat these.
That's the
particularly
problem.
Blue states. So Minnesota hasn't cared for a long time. But here's a legitimate question: why has the federal government not sent inspectors into the states to look?
Exactly.
Nick Shirley,
They got
on a series of
inspectors.
days,
They
he
got
asked them,
investigators.
the ones who I looked up the spending, and I found the autism centers that had hundreds and hundreds of clients, and they were the biggest one in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd just go see if the people with autism were showing up, and he got there, nobody was there. He went to adult learning centers or leering centers, I can't even spell the word, and
Yeah.
nobody was there. But this young man had the wherewithal to do it, and you're right, the entire federal government didn't do their job.
Exactly.
You know what? And it's a wake-up call, should be, for some in the dominant media and even elsewhere, that, the story is outdoors, not indoors, and what they uncovered. Now, how do you fix that issue you were just talking about, though? The federal government is paying for this stuff. The state government administers it.
That's the
Sounds like an easy
problem.
fix, but it
We
definitely
have
isn't, right?
investigators.
So we looked at this last year.
The government was
Changing
supposed to
everything
do all
to
this.
50-50.
They don't want to. Why? Why would they want to do it? This is an idiot.
To say it. And I have to live with that. I was a huge mistake.
Hell yeah, you were.
There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
And I have
You were.
And before I proceed, I'm going to go off script for a minute, which is always dangerous, but I'm going to remind everyone in this room and all the media that I was the subject of an assassination attempt February 2024.
Yes, he
by
was.
an adult left-wing activist 2 hours after being sworn into my job.
Yeah.
So any of you who want to report,
I bet y'all didn't know that, did you?
does not exist, be there for the sentencing this August.
Yeah.
And before I proceed, I'm going to go off script for a minute.
3 people are dead this week because of ICE. Our president's response? He called out a great job. President Trump and ICE are killing
Did he
people.
really?
They're scaring communities, wrecking our economies, and doing lasting
He
damage
didn't
to
call
America.
that. People are
Did you see the CBS interview with JD Vance?
Just
that landman. Yeah, that's a good show. Listen to this nutbag.
And please leave. I mean, I would tell him to go fuck his fucking self. That's what I would tell him. And please leave.
On Trump.
I mean, like I can be,
Yeah.
I can be civil and I can tell you, like, oh, well, listen, he's a president. I don't want him to be pissed off. I mean, it's the president of the United States. Well, obviously, wouldn't you want to have a constructive? Fuck that. This man has tried to torture me for fucking 10 years.
Really?
He says the shit that he says about my dad.
Your
the
dad's a
shit that he
piece of
says about my
shit,
dad,
buddy.
his obsession with tormenting my dad, hanging a picture of an auto pen on the fucking on the colonnade, demeaning him, and
Yeah,
all the
that's
things that
'cause he
said about
did.
him. And
Well,
anyone would
your
expect me to do
dad's a
anything
piece of shit.
outside of which I would never do is physical violence against that person. Well, what
Oh,
kind of
really?
man would I be?
No, you just like to smoke crack.
If I didn't
with
tell him to go fuck
hookers.
himself.
Russian
What kind of
hookers.
man would I be? And I asked that
You're a
to
pretty
all
shitty
of
person.
you UFC fans. I'm a UFC fan too. You know, I've challenged Don Jr. to a fucking cage match 3 times now. Never heard back from him. That's how I'm going to pay all my debt.
That's how I'm gonna pay all my debt. Yeah, you got a lot of millions of dollars in debt. He thinks the UFC is going to pay millions of dollars.
We're going to do nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. filmed. Everything's being filmed.
We're arresting illegals, dude.
Why are you on top of him? Why are you talking like that? What the fuck?
Why are you on top of him? They're putting handcuffs
You're
on him.
trying to run him over with a vehicle.
Really?
There's nobody
Looks
there
like
to run over him with a fucking car.
there's no vehicle there. Except the ones trying to run over the ICE agent.
I got it all.
What are you going to do with it? What? This is what happens when you don't comply. Just like any other traffic stop. When you do not comply with law enforcement, these people start acting all like they can't walk. They start resisting, throwing a fit. And then they say, well, it was police brutality. Look at the way they treated him. Really? Look at the way he's flopping like a fish and will not comply with the police. Dude, if you're an illegal, you broke the law and you're just committing a crime and they got you like that, just comply. It would be easier. You're going to jail. That's the thing. I know you don't want to, but you're going. You're not going to get away from these people. You're in handcuffs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 to 6 there. Why do you want to throw a fit? Why do you want to fight them back? You're not going to win. Remember that song, I fought the law and the law won? You're not going to win against these people. They look, no matter if it's ICE, if it's local police, state troopers, trust me, if you're pulled over and they've got you in handcuffs, look, they have to carry this guy because he wants to act 5 years old and like a child and throw a fit. That is not going to get you out of the situation. You might as well just buck up and be a man. Take the fucking rap. I did. Oh my God, I'm illegal. I shouldn't be here. Now I'm mad because I'm mad because they caught me. I'm pissed off and I'm going to flop like a childish fish. I'm going to throw myself on the ground and not walk because I got caught. Give me a break.
Wouldn't it be easier?
I don't have anything against someone coming in this country legal wise. Do it right. And I'll be honest with you. A lot of people don't like the way I think, and that's okay. I don't give a shit. But I can tell you one thing. I think we should stop anyone from coming in this country for the next 10 to 15 years. I don't think we should allow anyone to become citizens. This country needs a break from people coming in this country. I do. I really believe it. I believe we need to stop immigration for a while.
30,000 feet. You see a lot. How do you see the U.S. economy? U.S. economy is in pretty good shape. And, we certainly were operating in a complex environment. There's a lot of change going on. We have this technology super cycle, and that's driving change in business and in business activities. Geopolitics are complicated because of the situation in the Middle East, of course, U.S., China. But when you get out of that and you step back and you kind of look up, I'm a
Stop blaming China and everybody else.
With a 3, 5,
I mean, I know how this shit's supposed to work, but damn.
Are enormously compelling characteristics of our
We
economy,
have to do other things.
entrepreneurship,
We have
economic
Associated
economy,
Press.
and we're at the center.
White
of
House press
celebrating
briefing
that
should
right
be
now.
live
That's
soon,
real
guys.
productivity gains, in the coming years. But the economy is solid. Are there headwinds? Are there some things grinding? Absolutely, the conflict in the Middle East.
Yes, and conflicts in the Middle East. There's things we got to do. There's things we need to make work. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done.
How are you, mate? Good.
Hey, how are you,
Look, I
mate?
talked about office. in
Good day,
all of Congress,
mate.
so I asked you if
We're
I
going
could come
to
out of
cook
school.
some shrimp on a bobby down under, mate.
I mean, I am.
Let's see
blown
where the
away.
White House
I'm
is.
blown away.
Where's
You
their
have got a
stance
remark-
at? Are they going live anytime
In
soon?
1776, our founding fathers met in Philadelphia and changed the.
Okay, stop. We want to see where is the live stream from the White House. That's what I want to know. Where's the live stream from the White House? They should be going live soon. I was trying to catch it this morning. And the reason why is because they're doing a press briefing. To be honest with you, I don't usually catch these a lot, but to be honest, let's see here. Let's see if these people they're live, but I don't think I want to show them. Let's see. We'll share this one instead. Let's see what we got over here. Hey guys, if you're just now coming in, please hit that subscribe button. That does help the channel out. Let's see. Yes, we got a live press briefing. Let's see. Let's see what. Okay, I always try to answer all the comments in my. So at least hit the like button or the heart. I like to at least tell people, hey, I do see your comment. I do see everything. Yes, this was the address. Let's see, the strikes. Okay, intensify. Yes, disaster declared issues for Texas. ICE reveals something.
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox. My name is Alexandra Goldberg. It's good to be with you. Now to some immigration news. It's an about face. Take a look here. The Wall Street Journal posting. President Trump said U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers should continue using traffic stops to arrest immigrants, reversing a recent decision by the agency. President Trump says ICE needs to conduct traffic stops to keep the agency strong, tough, and smart. The commander-in-chief commended ICE officers and urged them to get out the criminals and keep crime stat records coming. Fox News correspondent Alexis McAdams explains.
Get the criminals out.
Nelson, front of the car. Pops them in.
President Trump says ICE traffic stops will continue on his watch, overturning the short and temporary suspension. On Truth Social, President Trump calling the traffic stop one of the agency's most effective crime-fighting tools, saying without it, ICE would play right into the criminals' hands.
You have a warrant for your arrest? Warrant for your arrest for what? With immigration.
Border czar Tom
Yeah, you're an illegal dude.
Agents
What do you
still have
think?
many other options
Oh my
to make
God.
arrests.
You can certainly arrest the alien when he parks the car, where he gets to where he's going. But there's going to be situations where they need to do vehicle stops.
ICE agents
Well,
depend
yeah,
on
they
traffic
could put.
stops to make immigration arrests.
This is what
without a
aggravates me.
warrant.
The white liberal women and men, they get out here and they say, "But why did he pull him over?" Man, do you not think these are the government ICE agents? You better believe they investigate. They do their jobs. They have pictures of these people. They watch for these people. They're taking photos. They're like they're investigators basically. You know, like a private or public investigator. Like they're taking photos. They know the paperwork. They know where these people live. They know where they work. It ain't like, oh, there's a random Mexican. Let's pull him over and see if he's legal or not. That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard come out of the left. No, they don't do that. They investigate. What's that word? Anyways, they investigate. They watch. They do their secret little, investigations, hiding in plain sight, taking photos of these people. They know who these people are. Like I said, for these people to sit and scream all the time, hey, they just pulling a black man over or a Mexican over and deporting them. No, they're not. They actually know who these people are. Just like Tom Homan said, they have tons and tons of files and paperwork on these people. They know where they work. They know who they are. That's their job, is to do it this way. And then when they see them somewhere and they think it's a good place to stop them or easy to get them, that's when they stop them and they arrest them.
Is not needed.
Very easy to do those stops versus going into a house, going into a neighborhood.
Exactly. It's easier to stop a car than going into a neighborhood full of
one in Texas
people
and
that
one
may
in
do,
Maine. DHS says
violent
agents were
stuff.
not wearing body cameras in either incident.
If Republicans had agreed to our proposal for body cameras, the victims killed in
Who's going to pay
Texas
for
and
that?
so tragically.
You going to pay for all those millions of dollars out of your pocket?
DHS supports it, and they've gotten money now from Congress to outfit
Yeah.
all the body cameras, but they were
They
shut
got
down,
money
right,
from
for
Congress.
over 75 days.
Why don't they just say they got the taxpayers' money? That's what I want to say. This is what I'd like to why when they say we got money from Congress. I know Congress holds the purse, all that shit, blah blah blah, but that's our money. Congress ain't just got money just sitting there. It has to come from somewhere, right? Well, it comes from our taxes. Why don't they just say, well, we took the money from the taxpayers and we're getting this and that?
DHS tells Fox body cameras have been deployed to more than half of the field offices so far and say the remaining teams will receive them within the next 60 days. In New York, I'm Alexis McAdams.
I think they all should wear body cams. I think every police in America should wear a body cam. I do. I don't have anything towards the police. Certain ones are assholes, but I think every one of them should be required to wear body cams and should not be allowed to turn it off during a stop or cover it up or turn the volume off. Every one of them should have to let it run, and because I think it automatically goes to the cloud, the video, so they can't delete it or mess with it until they get somewhere back to a computer. I think they can do that. Certain people can in their departments, but I truly believe in body cams.
And taking a look here at a Truth Social
I believe
post
every
by the
law
president, he
enforcement
says,
officer should
the men
have
and
to
women
wear
of
one.
ICE are doing a great job, one that has to be done. Crime is way down in America, in many cases with numbers that haven't been seen in decades. The open border policy of sleepy Joe Biden allowed 25 million people to pour into our country unchecked.
And this is why they don't like Trump, because everything is more bigger with Trump. Everything's bigger with Trump. The inflation's down more than it's ever been in the world. Probably is. You know, just like you said, crime is way down in America, bigger than anything that's ever been down. This is why they don't like Trump, because he's got that ego to where he says this kind of shit. You know, we got the biggest economy in the world. We do probably. Well, you know, this is the biggest firework display that's ever been in history. You know, that's why they don't like Trump, because his ego says all this shit, which is, I like a blunt person. I know who I'm working with. You know what I mean? You tell me who you are, I'm going to believe it. I don't want some secret little snobby person that does dirty deals behind doors and is never truthful with you. Like Senator Thune or Speaker Thune, John Thune. He's a rhino, man. I wouldn't trust a word he says.
And unvetted. Many were criminals, and we have to get them out. In order to do this, we must be strong.
This is the biggest ICE agent since history, you know.
And smart.
That's why they
We
don't
cannot
like
give
Trump.
up one of ICE's most important and effective
This is the
crime
biggest
fighting
apple
tools,
ever
the traffic
grown.
stop. Once we do, we are playing right into the criminals' hands. The radical left Democrats would like to see this done, but it won't happen on my watch. ICE be judicious, fair, and smart, and go back and do a
I
very
agree,
important
man.
job. Keep those crime stat records coming. Remember that you
I
are loved and
agree.
respected in America. Thank you for your attention to
Seriously,
this matter. He
subscribe to the
signs off
channel
there as President Donald
if
J.
you enjoy this
Trump.
stuff.
Now, Ted Hesson covers immigration
If
for
not,
the
it's cool.
Washington Post, and he joins us now. Hello.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, I think it's silly. These people are just silly. They really are. Like, well, he just pulled a Mexican over and deported him. No, just because the Mexican was driving a car doesn't mean that they just pulled him over. That's what I keep trying to say. You know, it's like people think that they're just driving down the road, ICE agents, and just pulling Mexicans over. You know, that's not how it goes. They've done their investigation, their recon, pictures, paperwork. They know who certain people, the people they're going after, they know. They have files on them. They know exactly who these people are. It's so funny to watch these liberals like triggered and freak out because they're silly. They're silly. You know, or he pulled them over because she was brown. Everything's about these strikes and war and shit. Sick of hearing that. That's why I stopped doing so much damn politic news and stuff, because everything's about Iran stuff, man. I'm getting sick of it. You know, it's like the same shit. Yeah, there was a shooting there. Let's see, Middle East stuff. Middle East. That's what I keep saying. It's like, I seen that the other day. We have a disaster issue in Texas going on. Yeah. That was 15 hours ago. Trump says Tehran better behave. He can say that all he wants. It doesn't mean they're going to behave, you know. I mean, truthfully. People on X. These people have no clue what's going on with the tenant power. I mean, seriously, look at this stuff right here. These people are disgusting. Here it is. Listen. They think that this Madani is...
Our city is turning the corner on tenant power. When we organize, we win results. The Mamdani administration is emboldening us so that we know...
Why are you still wearing a mask, lady? And no one around you is wearing a mask. These people are sickening, man. Seriously, like, these people are sick. Look at that smile he's got. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. He thinks that he's done something good. He thinks being a mayor is going to take him to a bigger office. But rest assured, he wasn't born in this country. He's only been here 8 years, so he can never be president. But here's the thing. These white liberals is what America's downfall will be. it ain't going to be by some outside source. It's going to be white liberals. The boomer generation needs to go on. Go on. It makes me sick, these old white liberals. Look at the pins on her. Yeah, she's a radical nut job. And they think doing this rent freezing shit, guess what? These people that own these buildings, they're going to have to slack off on maintenance and putting money into the building. They think they've got it easy.
Longer tolerate the violence of evictions.
And really, I think it was only like, what, $6, $11 a year that was being added on. They did it. So if you can't pay an extra $6 to $10 on your rent a year that's added on, you know, you're all complaining. Guess what? Now you ain't going to get your water leak fixed because, well, you wanted your rent to be stabilized.
As a matter of business as usual.
Lady, take
My
off the
landlord owns
mask.
dozens of buildings, but he is not a steward of the public trust.
This is what
In fact,
aggravates me. They holler, ICE needs to take off the mask. ICE doesn't need to wear masks. These people need to stop wearing masks in public. But it's okay if they do this. In a press conference, they're up here hiding their identity, freaking out. So what somebody needs to do is design the ICE mask that they wear. I wear them on my motorcycle when I'm riding and shit. I have those masks. Need to design them to look like a medical mask like that. And that way we can all say, hey, everybody wears it. These are from, you know, medical, you know, this is my medical mask.
It is the opposite.
They wear it.
Our
So why
city
can't
is
I?
turning the corner
You know?
on tenant power.
Tenant power.
Not a single daycare sent them any proof of receipt to get the money. In hospice centers in California, they shut down around like 800. Not a single one complaint. There's not a single complaint.
So these were operating hospice centers and senior daycare centers that were essentially doing nothing.
Yeah, they do nothing.
Yeah, because the
how
feds
big
called
how much
back
money
185 million from shady daycares. Yep.
Millions of dollars,
Asked for receipt,
$0
0 cent, any proof sent. Shut down, 800 centers shut down. Not one complaint. Yeah.
Involving the most
Not
important
one
partner of
fucking
yours in this
complaint.
endeavor, and I want everyone to go to Instagram and see this. Nick, good to see you.
Ain't that something?
Keep it up.
Not a
Moving on to
one
presidential
fucking
memoirs.
complaint from a parent saying, my kid ain't got no daycare to go to. My kid ain't going to have no daycare. 800 of them. 800 centers shut down and not a one fucking complaint from a kid or any parent. Now, if that ain't a scam, I mean, what do you consider a scam in America? That is insane.
I'm called the domestic
And
terrorist
these
monster.
people are nuts.
My president just stood at the State of the Union and said the Democrats are evil monsters who should be killed. If that person,
No, he didn't say that. Now you're jumping out of the way. I'm glad that black guy said something. That's horseshit, lady. You know it. See, they like to add on their own words, and this is where they push in the fear monger and all that shit on their outlets.
just stood at the State of the Union and said the Democrats are evil monsters who should be killed. If that person, if that,
Oh.
wait a minute. Okay, he said,
You-
okay, Tim, I will be.
But here's the thing. She already said it. Now she's going to say, oh, I'm sorry. He didn't say that. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean that to say that. Well, guess what? You've already said it. The people sitting on the couch, the white liberals and the freaks are sitting there saying, oh my God, he said he was going to kill everybody. They needed to be killed. It's already in their mind now. You've already got your job done. She did what she needed to do. And that's the truth. She got it out there. Now she may say this, oh, I'm sorry. He didn't say that. No, guess what? You've already planted that seed in their head. And that's where the fear monger comes in. And they get away with it. They get away with it.
Let me give her, okay, my point is, an opportunity to correct what she said. The American government is already, he did not
Horse
say,
shit.
he said we were the enemy and we were terrible. Would you say that that is fair?
He did say, he looked at the Democrats and said, these people are crazy, but leave.
But he did not say they need to be unalived, lady. You're putting words in his mouth. And now you're going to get another lawsuit.
But he's right.
You cannot say, about time she said something. You cannot say that he said
My
that.
point is, like, I'm called the
You know why? Because he has sued them so many times and won.
Breaking news out of Michigan. Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, Leland. Yeah, the U.S. attorney in Michigan is calling this the gravest national
People that live
security
in-
concern. You have a
in
Chinese
Michigan, you
national,
people-
a woman who's getting her postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Michigan. Her name is Young King Jian. This is the indictment.
Yeah, they're terrorists. They come in from other countries, and now they're bringing in fungus and shit that, you know, things to try to take out the pot. Y'all don't understand. They promised these college people, these people that, like this lady here, they promised them riches and everything. And guess what?
That you see right
Listen.
here. Her boyfriend comes to visit, lands into Detroit, non-stop flight from Shanghai. They think there's something up with him, Customs and Border Patrol. They start searching him. He says he doesn't have anything. They ask him multiple times. And in his backpack, they find a killer fungus, something known as a agro-terrorism weapon, something capable of taking out billions of dollars in livestock and crops and making people very, very sick. He later admits that he was taking this fungus to his girlfriend, to his Chinese girlfriend, who is doing her postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Michigan.
And why? Fungus to go to animals and cows and shit, so they can wipe out our food supplies. And this is where they're going to get us, guys, from the inside, because we allow these people to come over here and go to school and get educated, and they report back everything they see to their countries, to their leaders. That's why I said earlier, stop all these people from coming in this country for at least 10 to 15 years. No one else is allowed to move to America, come to school here, do any of that. I don't care if it does fund the colleges. We fund the colleges as well. Stop every bit of that. We need a break. We need to board this country up for a while and not allow any immigration in this country that's coming to live here. I really believe that. Except the cool Europeans that come over here for the World Cup, and they love it here and they hate it over there, and they want to be in America, because I'm not biased. I just think they have common sense, and they want to live here, and they would follow and adapt to us. And, these people don't. These people like her and her boyfriend, they want to take out America.
The feds start digging through their cell phones, all of the apps that they have, the Chinese apps that they've been using to communicate, where it's all crystal clear. They had planned this out, that he was going to bring the fungus from China into Detroit and then to the University of Michigan. They figured it all out, the feds. Thankfully, they are now charged with a number of things: conspiracy, smuggling, making false statements, also visa fraud, because the boyfriend was coming in on a tourism visa. Leland?
See?
Yeah, and absolutely nobody believes she's just a postdoc fellow studying biofungus and whatever else.
Exactly. That's a good education to go into, biofungus shit, so I can smuggle in from my country some deadly fungi to fucking poison Americans or their animals and shit.
Brian, this follows up on some incredible reporting you did about
Why
a Chinese
in the
company
world
that bought a massive amount of land and wanted to build a big factory up in northern Michigan. Are you seeing now a difference in how law enforcement
buying land up like crazy?
treating
Americans are blind.
the Chinese coming in and
That's what's funny. Americans, I get it. You don't want to be bothered with it. You're on vacation. You're on the beach. Maybe you're a college student. You're having fun, partying, doing your schoolwork. You don't care. You think everything's great. A lot of people don't even know this shit's going on in America, really. There are so many millions of people and billions of people that don't have a clue. Like China's buying all this land to build their own shit and to buying this. And they could care less. Why? Because, hey, they got their cell phone, they got their Instagram and TikTok. They don't care. They're not paying attention to real shit that's going on. I get it. I don't believe anything until I see real proof. I don't believe the mainstream media, none of that bullshit. I want to see proof. I want to do my own research. I want to compare different news sources to see where I can pick out who's telling the truth and who's not. That's how I do it. Because I don't even trust Google. I tell you why, because who runs Google? I mean, exactly. Come on. Do your own research. Figure it out. But there are so many millions of people in this country that just live every day. And I get it. There's a lot of people struggling. They're just trying to pay their bills and pay their car payment, or maybe they don't even own a car. They're just trying to get to where they're going, do what they need to do. They have no clue. China's buying land. People like this is bringing in fungus, to wipe out our cows or anything, us. People are blind to this shit. I'm not saying everybody needs to be in a panic and worrying, but people need to pay attention to their surroundings. I pay attention to my surroundings. I always have, and I always will. I'm serious. Americans are going to wake up one day and it's not going to be America. You're going to be under new leadership, and you're going to say, well, how did this happen? Well, I was watching TikTok videos, and hell, next thing I know, I'm being put out of my house and on the streets and now off my land because we got communists and, socialism and people, and now we got dictators here. America's gone.
Trying to use Trojan horses almost?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting that this
Oh,
happened in
did you?
July of last year, and the charges just came now. Why it took so long? Did it take the Trump
Yeah,
administration
that don't
to
make
come in
sense.
and push these charges? We don't know, but it took almost a year. And you made a good point about her not just being a postdoctoral fellow. I was going through
That's
the indictment,
crazy.
Ewan. She received money from the CCP. She received research money from the CCP. She had to sign off on a form saying that she adhered to the 4 basic principles of the Communist Party of China, had to express love for the motherland, not smear the motherland. This is the woman who was now working at the University of Michigan.
Yeah, it puts Trump's ban on Chinese students and ban on anyone
Exactly.
who ties to CCP in a
It
whole new
needs
light.
to.
Brian Enton, thank you very much.
Not only that, here's the thing. Why did it take a year? Exactly. Why did it take over a year for them to bring charges on this woman and him? Why? I mean, until Trump had to actually do something about it? That's crazy. That's crazy.
When we organize, we win.
Why did it take so long? Okay, supposed to begin shortly, I guess. Let's see. Let's go out here to this one and see what they're doing. They're not going yet. The press briefing room. Supposed to be a major update. Huh. So they're not, excuse me, they're not live yet. They're almost. They'll be live shortly, I guess. She's returned back to the White House, Caroline Leavitt, from having a baby. I know she had a newborn. This is pretty much what we talked about last night in our show, RLM. Yeah. RLM and panel. Oh, okay. What I was just discussing, the virus or the takeover? Tootie, are you talking about that virus or are you talking about the takeover, hon? Somebody was telling me earlier they could take pictures and make them into like video clips and stuff. I'm needing a 3 to 5 minute intro video of some of my motorcycle clips. Someone that's smart enough to clip some of my old channel, Ray's Motor Life, of me at like the motorcycle rallies or riding or something. And some in a couple of these review clips that I'm doing. And I need some music added to it, some AI music where it's like an intro, 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I don't care, 3 to 5, if that. And just like a flash, like of different pictures with the music, you know what I mean? Like a slideshow, kind of like, with an intro about hot topics, pop culture, you know what I mean? News and, come see, you know what I mean? I can see and think of the beat in my brain, but I can't spit it out for some reason. Like I need an intro with me, different clips of me, like a slideshow or something, like different photos going and then coming and going, and or video, either one, with some good intro music of pop culture or like live topics, news, hot. I don't know, I can't think of, I can see it, but I can't put it out for some reason. I can't get it out. And I don't have I've got a laptop, a gaming laptop. I just don't have Suno or none of those AI programs to create any music. I just ain't never looked into them and downloaded them or anything. But I need that's what I need. I talked to a guy this morning. He does them, but I don't know how well. Like when I talk about a song, he likes to put in the song lyrics like my name and shit, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want it saying me, like saying Brandon, singing about me. I don't know. I think I just want a good beat, a good song that talks about pop culture, shit, hot topics and world famous news, you know, and different things. And I don't know. I guess I got a vision that I can't get out there. I don't know. It's weird. My vision about negativity on misinformation. Yeah, that's what y'all talked about. Okay. I know you do that stuff. That's why I've been trying to mention to you for a while. Hey, I need an intro video. Like I said, if you go to my old channel, Ray's Moto Life, it's still on YouTube. I can't control it. YouTube controls it. You'll see which one it is. It's got 35,000 fucking subscribers almost. It had almost 40,000. And then when they got it, I can't control it anymore. YouTube controls it. But it's all right. Here, I'll show you that one there. That's my channel there. Do what now? Okay, if you want to give it a try with me, hit me up later. I do that stuff. A lot of people are running around with my AI videos. Okay. Here's what I'm saying. What did I hit? Oh, okay. Let's see. That's when I'm doing lives. This is my old channel right here. If you look it up, this is the name of it. My name, Ray's Moto Life. I've got tons, let me tell you, Tootie, I've got tons of clips of me on a motorcycle, news clips. I did politics. I did this intro video right here, but I for some reason I can't find it in my files, even though I've got it somewhere. What's going on, you hipster nation? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into this video. It's just a short,
Make sure you hit that
you know,
subscribe, like, comment, and if you don't care, share the video with your friend. Stay in your lane or crash the damn thing. Here we
see,
go.
maybe you could put that in there. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like I said, I did that one, but that front of my clip, the front of it though, that is my sign. That's my logo and stuff. That was my original logo, Ray's Moto Life, on the hat, live, Ray's Moto Life. I don't care if that's on it. That's fine. I still go by that on Instagram, and you can find me on X under that as well, I think. But I never could get music to go with that. The music that was with this, when it plays, YouTube struck it. And it wasn't music. It was like some kind of, you know, and then I love this video. It's so plain and so good.
I hope you enjoy. Make sure you hit that
For some
subscribe,
reason, it
comment,
just turned out
and if you
good.
don't
This
care,
video
share
turned
the
out
video
so
with your
good.
friend.
The lighting, everything was
Stay in your
perfect.
lane or crash the damn thing.
I thought, I may be wrong. I may be mistaken, but I thought it turned out good. Now, I do have live streams. Like I said, I did a lot of live streams. Like, if you go down, there's riding videos. I've been on my motorcycle. I've got reviews. Now I deleted like 1,500 to 2,000 streams, but yes, I have streams with me on with other people. Like this one. This one's a good one. Did Smoke Out Rally 23. You know, I don't want these people in it. But like, if you want to do the Smoke Out Rally, like just a clip of, you know, hey, you know, we do, you know, panels as well. Or this one's a good one, or whatever, you know, this one's a good one. That one's a good one. These are my friends from the motorcycle community that I camp with and go to motorcycle rallies with. Like this one right here, holiday weekend, Thanksgiving, that's a good one. Like a clip of that without the sound in it, you know, without us talking, and then like, you know, clips of, you know, I don't know, maybe you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of, you know, like 3 to 5 minutes, different clips of me or videos and like an intro or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. Maybe I'm asking too much. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. I don't know. I'm at Victoria's Secret. Ooh, that's something. I say, my wife has got a few things from there. She really likes certain things. Like, she's real picky, you know, like I'm not talking about like the lingerie area. I'm talking about like panties. When it comes to panties, Like she ain't wearing no little thin see-through, daily or nothing like. I mean, she's got a couple of those pairs from Victoria's, some sexy ones, but she don't really do the lingerie stuff. To be honest, we actually wear. I'm not trying to throw out any brands, but she actually likes some of hers. Mainly is like Reebok and stuff. Like she likes. Like she says, they're more stretchy, comfortable. They're nice. Now, remind you, a lot of people, when I get home and getting situated, if you want to, you can give me a chat over your vision more carefully. Okay. Here's the thing, it's your favorite store. You're a bra junkie. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Like my wife's like really little. I mean, not real little, but she's, let's see if I can, let me see if I can find a picture of her. Let's see. She's on the motorcycle with me, so I'll show you. She's only like 5 foot, 5'2". And it's crazy because my firstborn kid's mom was like 6'1", volleyball player for Georgia. Like I like tall women, but for some reason, here, let's see. Here, there we go. See, she's little. She's a little girl. No, she's not a little girl. She's a 40-year-old woman now, or 41. She's 41. Yeah. So, I mean, she's, she's not very, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like a woman. Come on, man. Why ain't you live yet, buddy? It's still saying they're not live yet. So damn it. But that's my old channel anyways. There's a lot of content. There used to be more. It says 582 videos. They used to have like 3,000, over 3,000. Because like I said, I deleted like 1,500 to 2,000 live streams because I had people on there that I no longer associate with turn their backs on me and made me choose, like really made me choose. They're like, they got mad because I'm friends with other people. And the motorcycle community is really fucked up people. And like, hey, we don't like you going to a rally and hanging out. And I'm like, dude, you're a grown fucking man. I'm a grown man. I ain't having no grown man tell me you're jealous. You're mad because I went and hung out with these people and rode. And you wanted me to come hang out with you this week? You know what I mean? Like I'm married, but well, we felt like you picked them over us. And I'm like, are you listening to yourself? You're fucking 50 years old and you're saying, there's some big babies in the motorcycle community. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not one of them. There's some pussies out there. They act tough. They try to gatekeep the community. And they're like, you picked them over us because I went to a motorcycle rally, a 4-day chopper weekend rally and met friends there from social media and became good friends with them. Some awesome friends. So, and I had tons of live streams with these guys and other people on my streams. A lot, man. I mean, I did a lot back then. I've been doing this almost 7 years, I'm telling you. And it's like, dude, ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can and can't hang out with. I can't go hang out with and be friends. So I was like, man, y'all fuck off. You know what I mean? Kick fucking rocks. So I quit associating with myself with a bunch of people. And basically, of course I got threads, all the, these people in this different community, I got files on these people, pictures and everything where they threaten my kids and, all kinds of shit. And I'm like, you guys are grown fucking adults and you're acting like this, I mean, stupidity shit. And I'm like, you people are pathetic. But, they've doxed me and everything, put pictures of me on my motorcycle and said, this guy's the police. I'm like, really? I just did 4 years in state prison, but I'm a police officer, huh? Yeah, you fucking idiots. I mean, they done stupid shit. And I'm like, still to this day, I'm like, yeah, these motherfuckers still have never showed up to my house.
Good to see you.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad everybody
I don't care who
today.
doxed
Let's
me.
get back to work.
I mean, I care.
We're going to
They
begin with a
doxed
few
me, but here's the
scheduling
thing.
announcements. Tonight,
These
as you all
motherfuckers
know,
still
at
ain't
9
never had the
o'clock
nerve to
p.m.
show up and
Eastern,
say
President
anything.
Trump will deliver a major address to the nation.
And I can also tell you, I've been in the rallies 5 feet from some of these people, and they wouldn't even look at me because they know I'll knock the fuck out of them.
The president will
Or I'll do something
travel
more.
to New York City to attend a
People are
FIFA
ridiculous.
reception at Trump Tower.
followed by his attendance on
You're
Sunday at the
5'6".
FIFA World Cup.
She's tiny.
between
Yeah,
Spain
she's
and
little.
Argentina.
She's like
His attendance
5
will
foot,
cap what has been the
5'2".
most watched, most secure,
Probably like
and most
maybe
successful
110,
World Cup in
115
American
pounds,
history.
maybe, I guess.
This is a fitting conclusion to a
My bike,
tournament
my
that
choice,
showcased
yeah.
America's ability
That's the
to host
motorcycle I gave
world
my daughter,
on the
my
grandest
17-year-old.
stage.
That
Turning
was
now to the economy. Tuesday's CPI
the bike I
report
gave my
confirmed
kid.
what President Trump predicted. Prices are falling, and this administration's economic policies are working. Inflation dropped 0.4% last month, beating expectations and marking the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years. Prices fell, including for gasoline, electricity, non-prescription drugs, car insurance, medical care services, and hotels.
This is what you got to
delivering
do.
relief.
You
for
guys need to
American
screenshot
working
this
families.
fair use disclaimer.
We also saw real weekly
Or
earnings
this.
rise in the
That's
month
a good
of June.
disclaimer.
For
Or
private
that.
sector workers, real wages have increased.
It don't
by
just work
roughly
if you put it going across your
$1,000
screen.
Since President Trump took office.
That fair use shit
After
just won't
falling
work going
nearly
across your screen at the
$3,000
bottom.
during the previous administration.
You actually have to
This
put
is
the
real
disclaimer in
progress
there.
made possible by the president's
I try to
pro-growth economic
put the real
agenda.
disclaimer in it.
There is still more work to do, no doubt, which is
Now,
why
you can make it big or small. Look here. These people are retarded.
wages for working families across the country.
They just want a messy
This last
TV.
week, Walmart
Yeah.
and Sam's Club announced they will be lowering prices on
The
thousands
good thing
of
about
items that are
StreamYard,
in
now
their
you can
stores across the
transfer them.
country.
You can make them
Shoppers can
smaller.
expect meaningful savings on groceries, household essentials, outdoor living products, toys, apparel, and other
Set it where
everyday
you want.
staples. As
Leave it.
President Trump said, Walmart answered his call and stepped up in a big way, and we commend them for that. We hope other major retailers will follow the lead of this patriotic.
You actually need, I've been doing this
While
long
we're on
enough.
the
You actually
subject
need
of
the fair
helping
use
working
disclaimer
families
actually
get
on the
ahead, I
screen.
want to
It
remind
don't,
everyone that the
even
Trump
if you put it
accounts are
going
now
across the bottom of the
officially live.
screen, it never
To date,
detect, the
and this is a new
algorithms
stat
never really
from the
detect
Council of
it. So
Economic Advisors
people
this
think they
morning,
get
more
away
than
with it better than that. They
6.5
don't.
million
You
American children
You
have
actually
been
need
signed
this
up
fair
for
use
accounts
disclaimer.
so far, including my two kids, who I signed up during my
No
maternity
copyright
leave.
intended for any
There are a few things I
intended.
want to make
This
clear about
content
this
is for
massively
monetary and
beneficial
educational only.
program
Yep.
that has the potential to literally
Discussions.
transform the financial future of this country. First, any child under the age of 18 is eligible to have a Trump account opened in his or her name. This is a free investment savings account that costs nothing to open.
So-
Second, thanks to President Trump, every child born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 will receive a $1,000 seed deposit from the United States Treasury.
Huh.
Third,
That's neat.
parents, guardians, relatives, and friends can contribute up to $5,000 per year combined for each child. Employers can also contribute up to $2,500.
I figured out how
on a
to
tax-favored basis,
do
counting
my
towards the
logo
annual cap.
without actually
President
going through
believes there is no
OBS.
better
I figured out how
investment
to,
than in America's
easy
children.
way of doing it.
Government projections show that a child whose
I
family
figured
maxes
out how to do
contributions
this.
will
Look,
see the account
see
grow
that?
to
I figured
nearly
out how to make the whole picture, my picture without, this is what happens when you're living in an
This
area in
is,
the
I
mountains.
think we can all agree, an
I got good
enormously
internet.
powerful head
It's just the
start
weather and
toward
shit.
the American dream.
Uh,
These funds
I
can
figured
be
out
used
how
for
to do the
college,
whole
starting a business,
picture
or
without going
purchasing
through
a home.
OBS.
This is
So,
truly a transformational,
pretty cool.
nonpartisan program. So I encourage everyone listening with a child to establish a Trump account today for your child, and tell everyone you know with children to do. Is also incredibly inviting and easy to
I figured out how to use the whole camera or
Finally,
the whole
let's turn to
emoji.
the border.
I can still close
Brand
my
new
picture
numbers
too.
this week from the Department of Homeland
Look,
Security
I
and
can still get my
Customs and Border
emoji there,
Protection
or I can do that. See, this is what happens when you have shit.
Administration has released 0 illegal
It's
aliens
ridiculous.
into the United States. Again, let me reiterate, the 14th straight month, not a single illegal criminal alien has been entered into our country, released
simple.
into our country.
You do
by
it through
this
StreamYard
administration.
now.
Illegal crossings in June remained at
You have to have the
historic
right
lows,
camera
and
to do it,
Southwest
though.
border apprehensions are down 94% compared to the same period under the Biden administration. These numbers speak for themselves. Thanks to President Trump's strong leadership and unwavering commitment to law
I can
enforcement,
tell my secrets for a
America
price.
has the most secure border we have ever had in our nation's history.
Don't forget, we got
The
Cash Apps,
administration
Venmos, and
continues
PayPals,
working to
guys.
reverse
Support the
the
channel.
previous influx
Subscribe,
of
like,
millions of
comment.
illegal aliens into our country by the Biden administration, and our law
My
enforcement
goal is
professionals, God
$1,000.
bless them, are arresting
I gotta
criminal
fix
illegal
my
aliens
transmission in
across
my
the
truck.
country, including those
It's out.
convicted of the most heinous and violent crimes. This past weekend alone, ICE arrested a Mexican national and gang member convicted of second-degree murder in California, a Dominican national convicted of aggravated manslaughter in New
Cash
Jersey,
out.
A Saudi national
Venmo,
convicted
PayPal,
of indecent liberties
Cash
with a
App.
child in North Carolina. A Mexican national convicted of continuous sexual abuse of a child in California. A Nicaraguan national convicted of second-degree child
See, I'm not doing anything. It's
lewd
it's
acts with a
the White
child under
House, I
14
guess.
with force in
Because
California.
I'm pulling that
These
off
are egregious
X.
crimes, and again, I think we can all agree that none of you would want these individuals living in your communities, and you have this administration to
I've got
thank
perfect
that they are on
internet.
their
Well,
way
not
back home.
perfect, but it's pretty
The
close
American
to it.
people delivered a decisive
I
mandate
pay
to
you
arrest
internet
and deport these dangerous
$80
criminals,
a month.
and President Trump is wholeheartedly committed to delivering on that mandate every day. He will never waver in his duty to defend our homeland and protect the American people, and he has proven without a shadow of doubt that the chaos and the lawlessness that we saw every single day at the border and across our country under the Biden administration was a choice. And it is a choice this president has chosen not to make. While this work is far from finished, the border is secure, and deportation.
Yeah, we've been together this December. It'll be like
With
22
that, I'll
years.
take your questions today. I look forward to doing so. I know there's a lot of news. We have
My
two
babies
people
are
in our new
sleeping.
media seats today, Rachel Bade and Ben Black. Rachel, why don't you kick us off? Ben will give you a question, and then we'll get to the rest of all of you. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Caroline. Welcome back to the briefing room, and congrats on your baby.
They're over here
Two
behind me in the
questions,
bed.
Sure. If I may, the first one, a fun one for your first day back. You now have two babies under 2 years old.
I hate that when someone's sitting down
as
talking
someone
to you
who
like
has
that,
4-year-old,
asking questions. Stand up for the question.
right now. What
think
is
it's
your one
this-
tip or secret to women who want to have it all? The kids and
Oh my
the
God.
charging.
Here we go again.
Well, thanks for the question, Rachel. And
How about you be a wife, wash some dishes, and have your kids?
You
And
just have to show up
we,
every day.
women want it
and keep
all.
going.
They want
And it
control
really
of
does Take a
everything.
village. Take the opportunity to.
It
shout
does
out to
take
my
a village
husband, who's home with
sometimes
our
to raise
babies right
kids,
now.
but
I
then
look
it
forward
takes
to
a
returning
fucking
home
common
later,
sense, smart
to
person.
be with them.
That's
but
the easiest thing
it's,
I ever done was be a
challenging, but
father.
For me, I view
All
this
you got
as
to do
more
is
than a
show
job. I
up.
view this as public
You know how
service
hard it
on
is to
behalf
cook
of a
breakfast and
president
get your
who
kids ready for
I
school. It ain't
firmly
hard.
believe in everything this administration is doing.
That's the
It's
easiest
really
thing I've ever
creating
done
a
in my
better
life is be
country.
a parent. Was there tough times? Sure. It wasn't perfect, but dude,
Both be
that's one
working
of
in this
the
job and
most
also
enjoyable
have
things
two
I've ever
beautiful
done in
kids
my
at
life
home.
is
And
be a
as you know,
parent.
Rachel, and any mom in this
That's
room
it.
knows,
If you can't get up and
nothing
cook for
better
your
than being
kids
a
or get them
mother.
ready for school when they're little, you're sorry. That's easy work,
Okay,
guys.
question
That
about
ain't
tonight.
nothing.
There are a lot of Republicans in this
You can't take them to
House
ball
who
practice or their
very
ball
much
games.
support
You're
state
you're
actors,
you're lazy.
want to make sure, you know,
That's
our
easy
elections
stuff.
are upheld, election integrity is
I
top priority for
I
them.
I
And some of
invite
them are
that shit.
concerned
I
that
love doing
tonight's
that.
primetime address might focus on, you know, elections of the past.
I love being a father, dude. I'll tell you right
rather
now.
than voter concerns of today. I'm wondering, can you tell us if the president tonight is going to talk about the economy? You just talked a lot about the economy and what we're seeing there. And what does the White House say to Republicans who are worried that election issues like this could actually turn off swing voters?
Well, a few things. I would encourage everyone to tune in tonight. I've seen a lot of reporting and frankly misreporting about what the president will say. I think the American people will be relieved to hear what they are hearing from the president of the United States and his commitment to transparency and the focus on the integrity of our elections tonight. I think all Republicans and Democrats should recognize this should be a nonpartisan issue. If we don't have safe and secure elections in our country, we cannot have a country. It is a vital part of our democracy, of our constitutional republic. The president will be speaking about that tonight. And in addition, at the very same time, of course, he is working on all of these economic issues that the American people have at home. I just read to you the latest inflation numbers are looking good, the best report in 6 years. The president, Republicans and Democrats and all Americans have this president to thank for the largest tax cuts in American history, which every Democrat on Capitol Hill voted against. You have this president to thank for the Trump accounts for our children and securing the future of the American dream. So this president is doing a lot, but obviously safe and secure elections are a true tenet of our constitutional republic, and the president will be speaking about that tonight.
So he's going to do a speech tonight, I guess, addressing the country.
All around, absolutely loving it. Unfortunately, we got knocked out last night, so I'd love to ask a favor.
Tough day for you today.
Yeah, it's all good though. But I want to know, so all these football fans coming to America, absolutely having a great time. I've had an amazing time. what do you want these football fans to take away from that time?
That America is not what their media portrays. Trust me, I've put shorts out. I've got millions of views in the last
We
couple
look
weeks.
forward to the final match on Sunday, and I know the president
Go look at
forward to
some of
attending, but I think the world saw
500,000 views,
that
a
this
million views
president
on some
and
of
this
these people
country
coming over
is
here.
able to put on the greatest show in sports in the world, and we are a kind people.
These
we are
foreigners
hardworking
love it.
people, and we have the best country on the planet. And I know I've loved seeing.
I agree to
videos
that.
From,
We really
foreigners
do.
from around the world who have traveled to the United States, and have been quite surprised about how lovely
We
and
have the
enjoyable the
best
United States
Here,
is.
I'll
I don't
take a
think we
picture
get
of my
enough
baby
credit
sleeping right
from
now.
the
I'll
international media around the world, but we encourage everyone to come and experience America for themselves. So thanks
Well,
for being
you
here.
come right. I don't. I say
safe
everybody
travels
needs to
home.
stay the fuck out for at least 10 years,
Garrett.
15 years.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
You come and stay for a week and leave. No one's moving in. Let's say that. We don't want nobody moving in.
Dozens of
How's that?
recounts, lawsuits, audits, 2024
The
election.
babies are sleeping.
Believed to be safe.
Let's see if I can get a picture of them up here.
A lot of people look
Because
at
it was
this.
too big
Image.
Well, I think a lot of people look at this
It's a
and
massive
wonder,
amount of votes for this president. That's why he's in the Oval Office right
Oh,
now.
they're
I don't know
little.
what this speech
They're
does, but
little.
significant
Not
amount of
too new
votes for Joe
babies.
Biden
They're
won in
little.
2020. I mean, the question is, why is the president unable to let this go?
Well, first of all, Garrett, I think part of the problem is that
Yeah,
the media
asshole.
has refused to acknowledge that tens of millions
The
of Americans
media.
across the country share the concerns of this president about the sanctity of our elections. And your premise of your question, you're jumping ahead to a conclusion in the
Well,
speech before
they're
even
the
hearing it
lying
yourself.
media.
I think that
Fake fucking
everyone
news.
should tune in tonight, including the people in this room, and you should
Fake
report on the
media,
president's
man.
speech and the findings that he is going to reveal in this speech with a little bit of honesty and a little bit of integrity, because it will shock you if you have an honest eye listening to the president tonight, and everything he is saying will be backed by facts and by
Is it going to
evidence
be
that will be
same
provided
thing you
this
said
evening.
day before
And
yesterday?
again, Garrett, again, I think all Americans, Democrat,
Don't
Republican,
want to hear it if
should
it's the
agree
same
that
old
we are
shit.
the greatest country in the history of the world. We should
Well,
have
we
the
know that.
safest and most secure
I live
elections
here.
in the history of the world. And what the president will
Yeah.
be speaking about tonight will show
Well,
you
maybe
that
he should go and
perhaps that
jump
is
John
not the case.
Thune's
We need
ass
to
for
make
not
some
passing the
adjustments
Safe
moving
America
forward,
Act.
including the
'Cause
Safe
he's the
America
problem.
Act, as Rachel pointed out.
He's
is
a
key
rhino.
legislative priority for this president on Capitol Hill, and he wants to see all senators and members of
I wonder if
Congress
anyone's
voting
going to
in
ask about
favor
Mitch
of the
McConnell.
Save America Act, because it's crucially
Someone's saying
important.
that a lot of people are saying that's AI photo of him and
Thank you.
his wife,
For your baby girl, you know,
saying he's
Think that,
fine.
but I guess it is now.
Even though he
Yeah.
fell and
We
all
talked
this
a little bit
shit.
about what the president might say tonight, but the other question is, who is running the teleprompter tonight after this report that the other guy is now under investigation for making money?
Probably a backup, you moron.
Obviously,
This is how
I'm
stupid
aware
they
of the
are.
report. The president is too. I spoke with him about it. He believes
Oh my
it's
God.
deeply unfortunate and frankly a disgrace. And the individual that was cited in that report is complying with the CFTC, but has been put on paid administrative leave. So there will be a teleprompter operator tonight, of course, but it will not be the one,
No shit.
unfortunately, in
God, these reporters are stupid.
The vice president, J.D. Vance, went on this podcast with Joe Rogan yesterday, talked about Israel, in which he said that there are some people within their system that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt who are manipulating and trying to change American public opinion to keep the war going on indefinitely. Does the president agree with that statement?
I think the president would certainly agree that, yes, foreign countries certainly do try to persuade American public opinion. There's no doubt about that. I think it's just a basic fact. Ed.
Good to see you, Caroline. Following up on the teleprompter and then one on tonight's speech, what steps is the White House taking to ensure something like that doesn't happen again?
Well, the White House has extremely strict ethical guidelines with respect to issues like this. And as I just told you, this individual will no longer be here. He'll be on paid administrative leave. I'm sorry, without pay. The administrative leave is unpaid, to be very clear. So that was a decision by the president. So I think that speaks for itself.
On the concerns about the election, will the president accept the results?
This guy's a moron too.
Look, Ed, you should tune into the president's speech
Yeah,
tonight before you
and
jump ahead to conclusions.
They're
about what
always
actually
doing
is
it.
speech.
They always
And I've
jump
seen a lot
to
of
conclusions.
reporting
They're
and reporting
morons.
about what the president will say. We hope CBS will take the speech,
I'm
and
not-
all Americans
See?
should take it.
Yeah, CBS needs to take it. They're idiots.
Questions from the Trump account. First, following the birthright citizenship case, is there concern that babies that are born to illegal immigrants here in the United States are not excluded from these accounts? And also, Since the $1,000 per child from the Treasury seeds these accounts, can you assuage concerns
Silly
for
cat.
those who feel this is wealth redistribution?
Silly cat.
I would certainly not describe it as that. As you know, this was an incredible private-public partnership. We had incredibly generous Americans, Michael Dell, and many others who contributed to the fund for the Trump accounts. So that money,
Yeah, the owner of
passed
Dell
along
Computers.
to America's children, which I think is a
That
great
dude
thing
can-
that
I'm
all
here.
Americans from all political persuasions can agree upon. With respect to your question on birthright citizenship, I think the president has made his view and the White House has made our view on this case quite clear. We're going to continue to move forward to work with Congress, hopefully in the future, to remedy this problem in our country and to ensure that we cannot have this scam continuing where you have foreigners from all around the world traveling to our country to give birth to babies who are then given the greatest privilege on the face of the planet, American citizenship. That's not how our founding fathers intended this country to work or to operate, and the administration is committed to finding solutions to remedy that.
They have access to the Trump accounts, those are children of those illegal aliens?
That's not something I've discussed directly with the president, so I don't want to speak out of turn on that. As you know, Carrie, all American citizen children are able to access the Trump accounts as it stands right now. Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mark Stone from Sky News. Can I switch to Iran, please?
Sure.
And specifically, the Manab school attack. 120 children dead, 26 of their teachers. A Sky News investigation released today points to all this being a tragic mistake by America, by the US military. So could you explain, please, why the president is repeatedly saying it wasn't America when he hasn't actually, he says also that he hasn't even seen the report?
I can't speak to the Sky News investigation respectfully because I have not read it. All I can speak to is what the president has said as I speak on his behalf, and the investigation continues, and we would defer you to the Department of War for further questions on it.
Do you mind following up, if I may?
Sure.
I just want to
My answer is
understand.
not going to change.
I just want to understand why he consistently says it wasn't us, we didn't do this, when all the evidence and indeed the preliminary report, and we've spoken to a military insider who says this was human error.
Well, that's the president's opinion. And at the very same time, he has said the Department of War is investigating the matter, and we would defer you to them for any questions with respect to the investigation, which obviously has not been released yet. I would defer you to them for further questions on it. But there's been, I think the president feels that way because he knows that our military always acts in good faith and absolutely never targets civilians or children, unlike the other side of this conflict, Iran, who is well known for killing women and children and innocent people in their country for a very long time. So you should focus on that in your reporting. Daniel.
Thanks, Caroline. Welcome back. Another World Cup question, much as it pains me. President Trump had some harsh words for Spain at the NATO summit last week about their spending. Does that mean he's going to be supporting Argentina?
Danny, it is a really good question, and I'm disappointed in myself for not asking the president before I came out here, knowing you would probably ask. I haven't talked to him about it, but we'll get you an answer on that. You're welcome to ask him yourself at some point before the game. I'm sure you'll see him, and I'm sure he'll have a fun answer for you on it. Sure, in the middle. Go ahead. Sure, Jasmine, go ahead.
Thanks, Caroline. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Back on the teleprompter issue, Notice reported earlier this year that Kalshi was inaccessible on the Wi-Fi that journalists here at the White House have access to. Are staffers back in the West Wing and other parts of the EOB, et cetera, do they have access to Kalshi and Polymarket on their Wi-Fi?
On our work computers? Honestly, I've never tried, so I don't know. But I'm happy to go try and get you an answer on that.
Another question, Caroline.
In the back,
Another
Reagan.
question,
Sure.
I just wonder, are
Jasmine,
there
go ahead, and then
another
Reagan.
question. Are there any other White House staffers or people within the administration who are suspected of also placing bets on Kalshi or Polymarket or other things with some of this privileged information?
Not to my knowledge, not that I've been made aware of. And as you saw, I think this played out exactly how it should. Kalshi notified the CFTC of suspicious activity. They investigated that, identified the individual, and he will now no longer be working at the White House. So I think that answers all the questions on this matter. Reagan.
Caroline, I have a question for you on the Save America Act and
Sure.
Senator Graham, and then a quick question on Iran.
Sure.
Trump said in one of his final conversations with the late Senator Graham that he was talking about the Save America Act and that he felt like they were in a great position with it. Do you anticipate that the Senate is going to be more aggressive to push the Save America Act in light of the fact that it was so important to Senator Graham so close to his death?
Sure. Well, since I haven't had the opportunity, let me just express my sincere condolences to Senator Graham's staff and his family. He was beloved by so many here at the White House, especially the president. And I know that the news of his sudden passing was just tragic to all of us, especially the president, who considered him a dear friend. The Save America Act, as I said, Reagan, is of vital importance to this president, and he wants to see it move forward. I understand that Capitol Hill and Speaker Johnson are moving forward with attaching as many elements of the Save America Act as possible to the Budget Reconciliation 3.0. Here we go. The president is supportive of that process, and he hopes that Republicans will vote for this important piece of legislation. The Budget Reconciliation bill not only will address the Save America Act, but also ensure important aid for our farmers and our war fighters, which the president supports as well. Brian.
Thank you, Caroline. Welcome back.
Thank you.
On the Kalshi situation, I have just a few questions on that.
Sure.
This individual has been accused of making trades around the president's speeches for months. I mean, this has been going on since at least earlier this year, maybe even before that. Did the White House counsel have any awareness that this was going on with this individual? And if not,
no.
So if no, then why not? Was there any sort of plan in place to try to figure this out, to see if anyone else is doing this, or to track future people from, see if they're making these types of bets in the White House? Any discussions around that?
Look, there are very strict ethical guidelines here at the White House that explicitly state not to do this. And the White House counsel's office makes that clear to all of us who sign up to work in government on behalf of the president. So I think there has been a plan in place. This individual unfortunately violated the plan, and therefore he's paying the consequences for it. I don't know why there's further questions
I
on
just want to follow on this, but then doesn't that leave open the possibility, even though there are the rules, I mean, there's no disputing there are strict rules on this, but if there are no mechanisms in place, and then I'm not saying that there are, there should and should not be, but if there are none in place to try to track this happening inside the White House and inside the executive branch of the government, doesn't that leave open a possibility for this to keep happening or happening again, and these result of people making bets like this inside the administration?
Again, there are very strict ethical requirements required by all staffers and officials here at the White House. And if they are violated, people will pay consequences for that, as you're seeing with this case. Libby. Thank you.
I have a question about Senator McConnell, but first on Iran. President Trump has now greenlit strikes on Iran for nearly every day this week. Does the White House describe negotiations more at a standstill or essentially completely over?
Well, I've spoken with the president about this as recently as an hour ago. Iran very much continues to talk to the United States of America and express that they want to make a deal with us because they are suffering devastating blows on behalf of our United States military. The reason, and this is important for the American people to understand, the reason for the recent strikes over the course of the last several days is because Iran violated the Memorandum of Understanding that we struck with them. Specifically, in the Memorandum of Understanding that they signed, they were not to fire on commercial vessels moving through the Strait of Hormuz. And unfortunately, they have made the tragic decision for them to do that. And President Trump is not going to sit by and allow these active acts of terrorism to take place in the Strait without ensuring Iran pays consequences for that. And that's what we are witnessing right now.
Talk to him about this within the last hour. I mean, does he essentially seem fed up with these negotiations? And can you explain why the American people should think that a deal with Iran would even be worthwhile at this point, given the fact that they broke it already?
Well, look at how bad they are behaving. It just proves the president's initial point for launching Operation Epic Fury in the first place. Iran can never obtain a nuclear weapon. That's why he launched Operation Epic Fury. They have suffered devastating blows to their military and their economy as a result. The president is always open and willing to diplomacy. He is the peace through strength president after all. After Operation Epic Fury, the conclusion of it, we did move forward into a diplomatic phase, if you will. But unfortunately, Iran has since violated that. They have expressed they still want to make a deal to the president. We're talking to them. But again, the president is not going to allow them to fire on ships in the Strait without paying a consequence for that. And I think just one more point, I think throughout this entire endeavor, the president has proved not just to Iran, but to the entire world that we can hit Iran anytime, anywhere, any place. And their ability to defend themselves has been essentially wiped out because of this president and Operation Epic Fury in the first place. Sure. Lena, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Welcome back.
Thank you.
2 questions for you. If I can read 2 comments, one made by President Trump and one made by the Vice President on Iran. President Trump recently said, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. There's something wrong with them. They are cuckoo. They are scum, sick people, vicious, violent people. And then Vice President Vance went on Joe Rogan last night and he said, I'm very frustrated by the Americans and frankly by people in other countries who say you cannot negotiate with the Iranians. So your response to these contradictions, because I think you can understand how that's confusing for Americans with this mixed messaging. And then second question for you, at least 6 Americans are still detained in Iran. Will President Trump make this conditional, a point of condition in continuing these conversations with the country, as well as political prisoners, and also people that are still being executed in Iran to this day?
Sure. To your second question, I'll never create a red line or a condition on behalf of the president without his blessing. I haven't heard him say that, but obviously ensuring the return of Americans wrongfully detained or held hostage all over this world remains a priority for him, and he has done so in a tremendous way over the course of the last year and a half. Americans from all over the world have returned home thanks to this president and the efforts of his national security team. To your first question about the comments between the president and the vice president, respectfully, I do think you're taking comments from different times throughout this conflict and kind of asking me if these are contradictory of each other. I can tell you the president, vice president are on the exact same page about where we are right now in this conflict. And the fact that you do see elements of what's remaining in the Iranian regime that are more willing to make a deal, and then other elements who are not so maybe willing to make a deal, shows that Operation Epic Fury was incredibly effective because we neutered their ability to communicate with one another, and they are a fragmented system. They are not the once very strong, powerful terrorist state that they were before this operation, which was one of the ultimate goals. So we'll continue to work through the process. And as I said, the president will hold them accountable when they turn their back on the words that they state to the United States, but he is always open to diplomacy at the very same time.
Thank you, Caroline. Sure. Regarding the president's speech tonight, he's been in office over 540 days now. If what he says is tonight is backed up by evidence, why hasn't anyone been charged?
Well, he hasn't revealed it yet. He hasn't declassified the documents yet, and you will see what he says tonight, and then we'll move forward appropriately from there.
Tonight from the Justice Department?
I don't speak on behalf of the Justice Department, Caitlin. You know that. Rachel.
Caroline, will there be charges?
You'll have to ask the Justice Department. I don't charge people. I just speak on behalf of the president. Rachel.
Thanks, Caroline. Welcome back. Just a point of clarification really quick on the staffer who is accused of profiting off of the president's speeches. You said he'll no longer be working here. Is he on administrative leave or is he going to be fired after that's over?
He's on unpaid administrative leave right now.
Okay. And just to follow up on the president's speech tonight, I mean, we've been talking to a lot of Republicans over on Capitol Hill. They have said that focusing on the economy is the right way to go ahead of the midterm elections. They believe that's what voters care most about. What does the president say to Republicans who think that focusing on the 2020 election, election integrity, all of these issues right now is not the right approach so close to the election?
Well, again, you guys have not heard the speech yet, so I would digress with the criticism until you actually hear what the president is going to say and what he's going to say when he addresses the American public. I would also add again that the administration and especially this president are able to walk and chew gum at the same time and tackle a number of issues on a number of different subjects every single day. We see that president do that working around the clock on foreign policy, on domestic policy, all of the time. You all report on it. You have to keep up with it. So I think you can agree with me on that point. And I would also add the president will continue to be traveling all around the country to talk about the economy. We were just in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago touring a Mack truck facility, which has been greatly strengthened and enriched because of this president's economic policies over the last year and a half. And he loves doing that, and he will continue to do so. Jennifer, go ahead.
We have seen with the increased community strikes, a real decrease in traffic through commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. What is the U.S. doing right now to facilitate flows through the Strait of Hormuz and preemptively address the risk that Houthis will actually choke off the Red Sea oil route and that prices will increase further before November?
Sure. Well, two separate questions. First, let me address what's happening in the Strait right now. We know that there is a blockade of ships directed by the president for ships entering and departing Iranian ports only. This has been fully implemented and is in full force. This blockade was reimposed due to Iran's inability to honor their agreement with the United States of America. More than 10,000 U.S. sailors, Marines, and airmen, along with 2 aircraft carriers and more than 20 warships and dozens of aircraft, are executing the blockade mission as we speak. And during the first 24 hours of the blockade, U.S. CENTCOM has redirected 2 compliant commercial vessels and disabled 1 non-compliant vessel. So look, the strait is open for ships that are not traveling to and from Iranian ports specifically, and the U.S. Navy is there to ensure that can take place. With respect to gas prices, as you know, the price of oil right now is approximately $80 a barrel, maybe a little less. Before I came out here, that's what it was at. Gas prices are down approximately 60 cents a gallon off the peak of this conflict. And the president was honest with the American people from the beginning. There may be temporary disruptions in the oil market, but what we haven't seen is what all of the naysayers said, that there would be massive increases in the price of oil that so many warned about. And that's in large part because of the president's domestic energy policies here at home to revamp our domestic production here. But also the administration has taken many swift actions to mitigate these temporary disruptions. As you know, we've released oil through our SPR, the Jones Act waiver, which has been incredibly effective, fuel environmental waivers. We also President signed the Defense Production Act to restart California oil production. So all of these very swift and mighty actions on behalf of this administration have led to a rather stable oil market, and the president will continue to do all he can to ensure prices come down, stay stable for the American people and the American consumer until the end of this conflict. And ultimately, I think Americans should keep in mind why we're doing this in the first place, to ensure that Iran, a terror state, can never obtain a nuclear weapon. Dasha, go ahead.
Nice to see you back.
You too.
2 questions, one on tonight and one on immigration. It strikes me listening to the
Sorry,
conversation
guys. My
in
mother
this room
came by.
about Iran.
She's an old
Given the
woman,
questions that
71
folks
years
on both
old.
sides of the aisle have about strategy and endgame, given
I
that
talk
the
to my
United
mother
States
at
has
least
intensified
twice a
strikes
day
on
or
Iran,
once a
typically in
day.
a time
I
of
try to
conflict,
see her at
when the
least
president gives an
every
address
other
to the nation, you
day
would expect
because
him to
she's very
address
important to
this
me.
conflict. Number one, will he
Was
talk
raised
about
by a
Iran,
single
and
mother
why
with
is that
4
not
older
the
brothers.
major
So,
topic of his speech? Does he believe that the
I
SAFE
muted
Act
it while you guys
2020
was watching
election
it. Sorry about
integrity
that. I
are
wasn't
more important
commentarying it,
Well,
but
no, it's not a matter of importance. It's just a
Uh,
matter of timing. The president will be
if
making
you have a
very
chance to
important
speak to your
announcement with
parents,
respect
speak
to
to
the
them,
integrity
guys.
of our elections.
Don't let that go
However, it is
by.
also very possible at the top
She
of
was
the
bringing
speech
me
he will
something.
mention
Old
the current
women, she
situation
still
with
likes
Iran
to
and
buy
also
me
the
stuff. And I'm
economy
like,
as
Mom,
well.
I'm
As
40,
you all know,
almost
President
46
Trump
years
is
old.
a man of his own
I
word,
know,
and
I
he
like to get
sometimes is thinking
so
about these things up until he walks
she's
out. But we have
addicted
had
to
conversations about him addressing
like
a range of topics, and that could very well
these
be
like an
possible tonight.
online
Again,
auction
this
place
is all
we
more
have here
reason for
locally.
all of you
So
to
she
carry
likes
the
to
speech
bid on
live and for
stuff all the
the
time.
American people to
If you know what
tune
I'm
in
talking
tonight
about.
so they can hear
So she
directly
bid
from
and
the
won an
American
AI,
the president
GPT,
and draw their
GPS,
own
sport watch,
conclusions.
and stuff,
Go
full
ahead.
touch dial and all that.
Karen,
For me, and I'm like, Mom, you know I don't even wear watches.
Um,
I've got an
3 men
Apple
were killed
Watch.
in
I don't
ICE
even
encounters in
wear.
less than a week.
I mean,
As a result, DHS
why do I
announced
need to
it
run a
would end
GPS and
vehicle
watch
stops,
on
and
my
then President
watch
Trump urged
where
them
I'm
to
going
change
if
the
I got my
decision.
phone
Can
with
you
me?
confirm
So,
whether vehicle stops are back on?
I
and
may
is
give
the
it away.
administration doing
I may give it
anything more
away.
to
I may
prevent
do
these kinds of
a
deaths?
drawing on
Like
here if we can
accelerating
get enough
use of body cam
donos.
footage, which
I
body
may
cameras
do
before
a
the
online
So a couple of things.
giveaway.
Vehicle stops are continuing.
It's an
Verbal
AI,
guidance has been given to
GPT,
all field
GPS
offices
sport
across the
watch.
country by the Department of Homeland Security. The President and the Secretary of Homeland Security are on the same page that vehicle stops are a necessary tool that ICE agents need in order to continue their deportation
if you're a
campaign of
subscriber,
the worst
we
of
will
the worst
check it
illegal
out.
alien criminals from our country.
You have
With
to be
respect
subscribed
body
to this
cameras, I know
channel.
There's been some questions about that in recent days. Over half
have
of
to
all
be
ICE field
subscribed to
offices
this
now
channel
do have body cameras, and the remainder of the field offices are
to
expected within
enter
60
the
days.
drawing,
It's been
guys.
a slower rollout than we would have hoped, but that's because of the Democrats'
You
decision
have to be
to
a
shut down
subscriber to
DHS
this
for
channel
several
to
weeks. So
enter.
we expect to fully execute on the promise of body cams to all field offices across the country very soon. Karen.
Caroline, on the parasite outbreak related to produce, can you give an update on the administration's response to this? Are there federal officials on the ground in the hardest hit states right now doing any testing of production facilities or farms to try to figure out where this outbreak has started?
Sure. Well, what I can tell you, having been back at the White House for just a couple of short weeks, I've been in meetings on
Do
this
you
very
wanna
topic,
see a
and I
giveaway?
can tell you the White House is closely monitoring the situation, has a handle on the situation. We're committed to providing the CDC and the FDA the resources that they need, and we urge all Americans to follow CDC guidance on properly washing and
Do you
cooking
want
raw
to
ingredients
win
to prevent
a
this foodborne
smartwatch?
illness. As you know, there has been an unusually high number of cases. There are typically thousands of cases of this outbreak
start a
every
poll,
year, but there
guys.
has been an
How's that?
unusually higher number, and that's why we're working with the FDA and other partners at the federal, state, and local level to increase detection methods, provide the guidance, and then also, most importantly, trace the outbreak back to its original source, which we are currently in the process of doing.
Be a subscriber today and you can enter to win a smartwatch. But you have to show up for the live stream in the
No, we've
chat.
talked
We will
to
enter your
CDC
name in
and
the
FDA
chat. I
specifically
will
about
announce
that.
today
Not
we're
at
going
all.
to do this.
They have the
We can
resources
do it
they
live
need
and
to
everyone
make
that
sure
enters the
Americans
chat
are fully informed
and types in the
protected,
chat, we
from
will
this
enter their
illness during
name.
this time.
Caroline, welcome back.
Thanks.
Last year, the administration signed a critical minerals deal, mining deal with Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's sad. Anyone that would side with Iran is
President
retarded.
Trump and Howard Lutnick got tentative approval for with Kazakhstan's president in September. 6 days before the deal was signed, which was in November.
What are you babies doing? Waking up? So we have an AI GPT
What did the president
GPS sport watch. Also, I have a system I'm
From my
thinking about
understanding,
giving
Maggie,
away.
nothing. Spoken
We
to the
have
president
a
and his family
microphone,
about this. They would
two
absolutely never
turntables,
do
and a
anything, that would
microphone.
put the president in a place of a conflict.
I have an adapter.
And we
This is
have
for people that need that
timelines
have
to
cell
give you and
phones.
to provide you what
And
did
you
to
can
the
get
media
shit
at the
so
time when this
cheap
story
off
broke,
Amazon,
to
20
prove
bucks
that
here and
very
there.
point that I just made.
People that go on live streams and their audio sucks because they're on their cell phones, that's a pet peeve of mine. If you're going, I've got so much technology stuff
Mary, I'll
here.
go to you after. Just
All you have to do is order a $20 piece, and it's adapter. You plug in your phone.
Okay,
You
thank you
plug
very
in
much.
your microphone. You
Sorry to
got a
interrupt.
microphone, a real microphone.
Yesterday, Iran launched a drone attack against U.S. facilities in Erbil, threatening American
We got
personnel
this kit.
and the Kurdistan
Oh, you
region,
can't see me yet,
one
can
of
you?
the American closest
We
partners
ordered this.
in the
We
Middle
won
East.
this one for $20
What
off
is
the
your
local
message to
auction.
those
Brand new in
responsible?
the box.
And are you staying with your
It's a
loyal
camera,
ally in the Middle East and at least
microphone,
helping
and light.
them to defend itself?
Who launched the
I think I've got like
entire
5 or
thing?
6
Yes.
microphones.
Well, I
The
think
best one I've ever bought and
addressed that
used is this
previously
Shure
in
mic.
saying that,
The Shure mic is the best one I've
Iran
ever bought
has unfortunately shown
and used.
to
Quit now.
violate the word that they
Fucking
struck
little
with the
brats.
president of the United States. They're paying
Little
consequences
cats are
for that
brats.
and the strikes that the president
These
has
kittens are
authorized.
being brats. Sorry, guys.
Caroline, you were with the president in Ankara for the NATO summit.
Quit. Yeah.
And there, Ukraine was one of
I
the.
was not actually.
Messing with my wiring.
But the
Quit.
issue of Ukraine
Yeah.
was one of the most important topics there. And the situation is escalating between the two sides in these days, but there are still efforts. Can you
So,
give us
maybe
more
you can,
information
you guys can
about
understand
where
what
we
I'm
are
doing
and
here.
how the local
If you want to see a gigiveaway, let me
outbreakers,
know. I put it in the
including
chat
Turkey,
there. You
are
can, your
involving
name
in
won't
order
pop
to
up
solve the
if you
problem?
just type a
Sure,
yes
I'll
or
check
no.
with the National Security Council
There is a
back to
poll
you
in the
on that
chat,
with more
guys.
specific guidance.
If
What
you
I
want to
can
see
tell
me
you
do a
is I
giveaway,
know
give away a
the president
smartwatch,
greatly enjoyed his visit to
a
Turkey, and
GPS,
not just his
GPT,
participation in the NATO summit, where he
smartwatch,
applauded the United
brand new
States
in the
for
box,
getting our
never
NATO
used.
allies to step up and pay their fair share for our defense. But also, he greatly enjoyed his time with President Erdogan in Turkey and appreciates the bilateral relationship between our two countries. Kara.
Caroline, welcome back.
Thanks.
Contrary to
who wants
what
to
the mainstream
dono?
media is reporting, Americans that I
Raise
do care deeply about
enough
election
donos,
integrity.
we'll do
Why
a
do you
giveaway.
think
Let's
the
just do
nation is so
$100.
fearful of tonight's speech?
If we can raise $100 donos,
And why are they
we'll give
attempting to
away
discredit
AI,
President Trump's speech before they
GBT,
heard it? And
GPS,
lastly,
sport
what's the
watch,
message
full
today
touch
to those
dials,
asking for President Trump's
brand new in the box.
consensus
I will mail it to you
president
if you're in the United
Yeah, I
States.
think that the mainstream media
How's that
should
sound?
air the president's speech and
You
allow
give me
the
a
American
post
people
office
to draw
box
their own conclusions
if you're the
from it.
winner.
Again, I think it's important that the American public hears directly from the president of the United States on a topic that, to your point, is very near and dear to the hearts of many Americans across the country, the integrity of our elections.
So
This
Trump's
should be
giving a speech
nonpartisan,
tonight to the
non-controversial
public.
issue, and I think you'll hear the president talk about that tonight.
Mm.
So we'll see you then. Thank you.
Who is telling the president that he wanted
She said, "Thank you. I'm out, motherfuckers." She said, "Thank you. I'm out. Thank you for watching." Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. Well, it's the big show. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Now you can run. Everybody can leave now. That's what they usually do. They run away. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a giveaway. I put a poll in the chat, guys. Yes or no? Do you want me to do a giveaway? Give away a smartwatch, GPS, ChatGPT. It's an AI. It will connect to your phone. Brand new in the box right here. We will announce when we do the giveaway. Anyone wants to, here, let me get my glasses on, or let me get my camera going. Let's do this right here, guys. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Here we are. All right. So you see this? It's a smart. No, let me fix my stuff here, guys. Let me down this down. Let me get my glasses so I can read. All right, give me just a second. We'll show the watch. We'll show everything. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Camera on. Let me read here. Let me get this off the screen here for a minute. Let's get that out of the way. We got a poll going. Okay, let's see. Go to this. Visual effects. Nope. Let's go to this. Take my screen off. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. So, look here. Brand new in the box. AI, GPT, GPS, Sport Watch. Brand new in the box. It's not Apple. It's not Android. It connects Bluetooth to either one. Brand new in the box. Let's show it here. If you want to enter the giveaway, this is what we're going to do. Look here. Brand new. That's the paper on top of the watch. Still brand new in the box. Can you see it? Still brand new in the box. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, I got a poll going. If people want to enter it, we will do this on, let's say tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow, 10 o'clock, I'll go live. Whoever wants to enter it has to be a subscriber. I will do subscriber only in my chat. And all you got to do is type in a 1 in my chat tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And what we will do is whoever types in a 1 in the chat, I will put your name in a drawing. And we will draw, and whoever wins, you can send me contact information, or you can send me how to contact you through email or whatever, and then we can talk privately. You can give me a P.O. box, and I will mail it out as long as you're in the United States. Like I said, once again, AI, GBT, GPS, Sport Watch. It's a smart watch, connects to your phone. It's not AI, it's not Apple or Android. It connects through Bluetooth. It's a nice watch. So we will be doing donos. We will make the dono goal $100. So when we reach $100 tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow, right now or tomorrow, through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, we will do the drawing. But we have to reach the dono goal. If we reach the dono goal, then we will do a giveaway. Oh, I got all kinds of shit. I've got 5,000 microphones, seems like. Look here. See this? I got this off an auction for freaking $20, brand new, still in the box. See that microphone, camera, lighting, everything, stand. I bought this off Amazon. People don't understand. It's easy. If you're somebody that likes to jump on other people's live streams and you're on your cell phone and everybody's like, dude, we can't hear you. Your mic sucks because you're on your phone. Buy this off Amazon, dude. I never freaking advertise things on my channel. But here's the thing. This right here is one of the best things I've ever bought. Now, if I wanted to do it on my cell phone, I got an iPhone. It works on any phone. This right here, this little $20 adapter. What you do is this plugs into an iPhone, Android, either one. See this? It's a three-way. See that? Android, iPhone, or the USB. You plug this in your phone. The little lights go green. That microphone I just showed you. Whew. Bluetooth to this. You just you put the power cord into your microphone. You put this in your cell phone, and guess what? You have a real microphone you can speak through to your phone. Easy. Or if you want to do the real way, I do with the, with the microphone adapters. I got everything, man. I do outside videoing. I've got monopods, tripods. I've probably got 5 or 6 different microphones. I got the original first Blue Yeti I bought when I first started streaming almost 7 years ago. And then other ones I've seen or been given, or I bought new, of course, or someone's given to me, or I bought them off auctions, brand new. Man, I'm telling you, dude, like, and you can buy a battery charger, man. If you like to jump on people's live streams, I've got like 8 of these chargers. Plug in my phone. Man, I got one that's sitting here. It lasts. I can't run it dead. It says it's supposed to last for 25 hours, but it lasts for like 3 days. It recharges by the sun. Look at that. This is a battery pack, man. And it lasts forever. I plug my cell phone in if I'm outdoors, if I'm riding like the horses or anything like that. This right here will last forever with your cell phone if you need charge. Or if I run my Insta360 camera, that's really good to run, Insta360 X2. I'd like to have the X5, but I'm not going to pay $500 for it. They can send me one. I ain't trying to do no partnership deals. Insta360, you can just send me one and I'll use it, and we'll do it that way. I have been offered in the past to use for that company to partner with them, but I don't want to partner because they want to send you something and you pay so much, and then you can send it back and they'll send you something else different. That shit, I ain't dealing with all that shit. If you think I'm a decent enough channel like my other channel was, it was bigger than this one. If you want to work with me, we'll work something out. You can just send it to me. I'll use it and advertise it. So, because I like the Insta360s, but I would like to have the X5. I've heard a lot of good things about the X5. Quit. My babies are running everywhere. Here, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. They were sleeping a minute ago. Here's one of them. Look at them. These are my new babies. And then this one, look at them sleeping in. And this bed here behind me, they're sleeping behind me. I'm actually in my spare room. I turned into my streaming office, basically. And this is a bed. This is the spare room with the great grandma's quilt on it. They love it. They basically took over this bed. This room, basically, they come in here with me. They're in here right now every day. They run through here playing. And that's what they do. They like to do it. They're little kittens. They're a few months old. So come here. Ozzy is the boy and Mavis is the girl. Come here, Ozzy. Mavis. Come on. Come here. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And then we have a big cat, a big female cat. She's not the mother. The mother was, see, look, right here. Come here. Come on, Ozzy. Ozzy's the gray one. Come on. He's right here. You can't see him yet, but he's right here. Come on. Come on. He just woke up from a nap, so he likes to play a lot. Come on. Come on. There he is. There he is. I caught Ozzy. There he is. Hey, bud. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Mavis. Here's his sister. Mavis is the sister. Quit. Get off my cords. Come here, Mavis. She's solid black. The mother was like this. The mother was like him. And she had this was her first litter. She had 2 babies. She had a boy and a girl, and the boy's gray and the girl's black. Well, my daughters wanted to keep them, so we got rid of the mother. She was outside, and we kept the 2 babies. But I got an indoor cat. She's huge. She's like 25 pounds. No, she's big, but she's not that big. And yeah, the little baby. Say hi. Say hi. My name's Ozzy. Say, my name's Ozzy. I'm a newborn, basically. Yeah. Go play. So, Mavis. My daughter named, that's one of my daughters, is Ozzy's one, is my 17-year-old kids. She named Ozzy after Ozzy Osbourne. And then my other daughter, she's got the black one. She named her, it's a female, she named her Mavis off of the Adam Sandler cartoon where he's a vampire dad, and the daughter is a little vampire girl, and she turns into a little black bat. Her name is Mavis. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people just don't know it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, guys, if you'd like to see, there is a poll in the chat. If you'd like to see a giveaway, we will be doing a giveaway with a smart AI GPT GPS sport watch. It goes Bluetooth to any phone, brand new in the box. If we can do the dono if we can raise the $100 dono tomorrow, today or tomorrow, if we raise the money, what we will do is anyone that's a subscriber, we'll do subscribers only. And when you come in tomorrow, if we've raised the donos and we put the names in, you can put your names in the chat. You type a 1 in the chat and we will enter your name. And then whoever the winner is, I will let you know and you can send me an email and we can do private information like that. You can give me your P.O. box, but you have to be in the United States. Quit. Mavis. So I've got all kinds of stuff here, man. I got all kinds of cameras and get-ups and setups. I just, over the 7 years, trust me, I've bought a lot. I've got a lot of stuff. I just took my time and I thought I needed this. I thought I needed that, and I didn't really. I've got one of these. Camera my phone. I put it on. I can either put it on a tripod or leave it sitting. And what it is, it's a 360, like my phone. And then I can do the face thing and it'll follow me anywhere I want to go. As I do a video, it'll do 360 all the way around. Like I said, but if you're really into like outdoor filming and you need to get you a monopod microphone, works great. Like I said, I got a GoPro 8. I still run a GoPro 8. I ain't paying hundreds of dollars for a new one. Not when that one works fine. Can't afford it right now anyways. But what I'm saying is, I still use it when I'm recording my rides and stuff. That volume was up a little loud. Sorry. Come here. Mavis. Quit, Ozzy. Quit. He's a little turd. He's a little turd into everything. Ozzy's a wild one. He's a wild one. Ozzy. Ah, buddy. Look at the camera. Say hi. Hi. Look at the screen. You're on screen. You're on the computer, baby. Look. Say hi, honey. Hi. Give me a kiss. Oh, good boy. Give me a kiss. Go on. Go play. That's sweet. I'm telling you, man, cats can be, they're fun. They have their own personalities. They do their own thing. Like you give them food and water, man, they take care of themselves. Dogs need loving. And my daughter's got a dog. Stays at her boyfriend's though. And let me tell you something. It's a mini Dotson. It's a mini wiener dog, Dotson. Oh man, she's such a good baby. They bought her from a breeding people that breeds them. And I can tell you, man, I love my Daisy. Her name's Daisy. I love the dog. Come here, big girl. This is my big cat. Come on, baby. Her name's Baby. Come on. Here, come here. She's real skittish around people, though. And the new baby's coming in. She's finally starting to get used to them. Come here. Here's my big cat. Look how big. She's a monster, man. She's beautiful. She's my baby. This is my baby. Go on, then. Go. She's a big one. She's a big fat cat. I've had her. She came out of the woods like when she was 6 months old, all sickly and everything. And I felt sorry for her. It took her like 2 days for me to sit on the porch basically and throw food to her before she'd even come up to me. She was like so scared and everything. This is how big of a scaredy cat she is. Like she's a baby. That's why I named her Baby. It took her like 2 days, like I said, for her to start eating from my hand. I would throw pieces of bologna and food to her and she would eat. And finally, after 2 days, she started coming up to me real easy. And I sit on the porch. I had to show her that I wasn't going to hurt her. So once I got a hold of her, I took her to the vet, had her all clean, shots, fixed, even had her fixed where she couldn't have babies or none of that stuff. And she started gaining weight then. If you don't want a fat cat, don't fix them. If you fix a female cat, they get fat. Quit, bud. And here's the thing. She's such a good cat, but when it storms, she will run and hide under the bed because she's scared of thunder and lightning. So, and it's like, I think it's where she was outside in the woods because when she came up trying to eat, she would come up and I seen her and she was coming out of the woods and I was like, oh, there's a little cat. And we never had cats before, trust me. Never, ever had a cat, except when I was a kid, we had some. But me and my wife, when I told my wife and showed her, she was like, why don't we take care of her? I was like, okay, because she come out of the woods. We was feeding her. We fed her. We left her outside for a couple of weeks. We gave her food and stuff. And when she finally got comfortable and came to me after 2 days and all that, when I was feeding her out of my hand, like we took her to the vet. And then the vet was like, hey, we're going to, we got her fixed, got her all her shots, got her seen to. They gave her medicine after surgery. And he was like, look, leave her in this carrier, take her inside, keep an eye on her for a couple of days because she was dizzy and drunkish off the meds and stuff. And I had to give her medicines. So, like, we just left her inside. And I was like, look, why don't we just keep her in here? There's no sense of her being outside in danger and, any other. She was only 6 months old. She was little. So we decided to keep her and adopt her. And we've loved her ever since. So, ain't that right, fat girl? Ain't that right, big girl? Baby, ain't that right? So, anyways, like I said, we're going to do a giveaway. If you want to see a giveaway, man, people are scared of a giveaway. Why are you guys so scared of a giveaway? I put it in the chat. There's a poll there saying, do you want to win a smartwatch? People are just ridiculous. Like they don't even want to type in on that's crazy. Oh, Lord Almighty. Like I said, if we reached the dono goal of $100 on Cash App, tomorrow we'll do a subscribers only. You have to be a subscriber. And we will do a giveaway on a brand new AI GPT GPS sport watch. It's a smart sport watch. Brand new in the box. You have to live in the United States. And I will put your name in a drawing. If we reach $100 dono tomorrow, you have to be a subscriber. If you want me to give away, if you want to see a giveaway, if not, it's cool. Hell, I'll take it and just, leave it here with all my other electronics and stuff. No big deal to me. I can keep it or I'll give it to one of my brothers or something. If nobody wants to do it. I mean, I just thought I'd be nice and give something away, little shithead. Mavis. So, what are you doing? Why ain't you keeping them in line? Why ain't you keeping those babies in line? Anyways, the city behind me is Dubai, if anyone's wondering. Get down and quit. He's trying to they come up here and get in my lap. They jump up here in my lap. See, he jumped back up here. Where'd you go, Mavis? Mavis. I was wanting to show her on the screen. Come here, girl. She ran. Yeah, you better run, little turd. Man, I tell you, cats are wild, man. Like I said, they got a mind of their own. They're tricky sometimes. They are tricky. What are you doing? Leave her alone, baby. It's like rounding kids up. This is what they look like, though. See, they're sleeping. This was like 20 minutes ago. They're sleeping right here behind me. Yeah, they're little turds. Let me see if I got another picture. I just took another picture. Let's see. Yeah, he was spread out, boy. He was sleeping. Quit. Here, let's see which one it is. Let's see. Look at him. They have to be sleeping next to each other. This boy, they're brother and sister. They're brother and sister. And I'm telling you, like when they take naps, they do not want to be away from each other. They want to be next to each other. They've been next to each other since they were born. So they're wild, man. They're wicked. They're wicked cool though. I love these little cats, man. They're something else. Like I said, they're funny. They give me company, man. To be a retired guy that just, works on my property and does things around the property, it's good to have company because my daughters all of them's grown except one, and she's almost out of school. She'll be out of high school this year. She graduates. She'll be 18, going to college and stuff. So I just thought, you guys like to see the babies. Let's see if we can find a picture album here. Let's see. Stupid ass cars and shit. I need to figure out how to get some videos downloaded proper. Look at there. Selfie time. God almighty. Did you see the watermelons on her? Now that, my friends, is a watermelon felon. Do you understand? That is a watermelon felon right there. That's a felony to have those size watermelons on you. God almighty. That is something else, is it not? Shit, far. That's a watermelon felon right there. I need to figure out, man, y'all want to see what I look like in my 20s? My brother in my early 20s or mid 20s. Look at me on the left. My brother was sick there with brain cancer, done had one surgery. So if you judge, you're an asshole. The way he looks, he was sick. I'm in the Hendrix shirt there with the do-rag on. That was, I was about 24, maybe 25. So yeah, I was a wild guy, man. I was a wild guy. Let me tell you. Quit. Yeah, he's gone now. He's been passed away. He died about 17 years ago of brain cancer. May he rest in peace. He's buried down here about 7 miles from my house. I go see him quite a bit. He was my big brother. If you ever had a big brother or big sister, you know what I'm talking, missing your family. Yeah. Here's one of the greatest pictures of all times. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. I love that movie. Point Break. Man, you can't get any more just about classic, dude. That's a classic, Freaking Patrick Swayze. How do you beat? I mean, I remember one of his first movies, Red Dawn, man, was awesome. Or not Red Dawn. Yeah. Maybe not Red Dawn. Red Dawn was Patrick Swayze, where the Wolverines. That's not one I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of his real first ones where he was in the desert. It was almost like a Mad Max kind of film, if you can remember if you understand. Here, there's a good picture of me I was 21, drinking on the beach. Yeah, baby. Panama City Beach, Florida, when I lived there. Yeah, what's up? Look at that body. Choo 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 choo. I got it. Go, baby, go, baby. Let's see here. Let's see. I just like to go through my picture files. Let's see. Images. Let's see. Yes, guys, that's me. I still look good. I'm 45 years old. What are you talking about? Can you guess this house? How's this? Here, let me show you the house. Can somebody guess what this house is? Can somebody guess where this is? What is that house? Do you recognize that house? I've been to this house. I've stood right here in front of this house. They have a sign up. It says, "Do not trespass. Do not come to the front door." This is a famous house. Can anyone tell me what house this is? I'll give you a hint. It was in one of the biggest TV shows that's been on TV. Quit. Mavis. Quit. Can someone guess where that house is? Can someone guess what that house is famous for? Mavis, Mavis. Come on. Ha ha. This is Mavis. This is the baby. This is the other baby I was saying. Here, let's see. Let me show you. There she is, all black, solid. Hi, Mavis. She just, when you pick her up, she don't move. She's just like, okay. She don't fight you or nothing. Like, she just, look at her. Hi, Mavis. They won't look at the camera for nothing. Solid black. The mother was gray like the boy. He come out gray. She come out solid black. Don't know where she came from like that. Like the mother had two babies. This one and the gray one. Ozzy. This is Mavis. Hi, Mavis. Hi, pretty girl. I don't really like black cats, but she's pretty good. She lays in my lap. She jumps up here in my lap, wants to sleep. Get up there with brother. So, can you tell me where this is? It's a famous fucking house. God, you should be able to recognize it. I'll give you a hint. It was in one of the biggest freaking shows on TV for a long time. Also, I'll tell you where it's at, where they shot it at, where they shot the seasons at, Georgia. They shot them in Georgia. They shot the series in Georgia, even though they claimed it was the Virginia. Hint, 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 hint. Where is this at? Quit fighting with each other. Can you name this house? What TV show it was off of? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Here, let me give you another hint. Let's see. Where's the other picture? Okay, right here. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Let's see, right here. Here's a good one. Right there. Welcome to Mystic Falls, Virginia. Whoa, that should have gave this house away quicker than anything. Mystic Falls, Virginia. Come on, guys. You don't know where that's at? You don't know where that's at? You don't know where that's at. Lord Almighty. Seriously, you don't know where that house, what that house is? It's one of the most famous houses on TV history ever. Or show, yeah, TV show. Had many seasons, guys. Ain't that funny? This is what I ate the other night for supper. Here, let's show this. Homemade sliders. This is what my food looks like. Yes, I eat the chips. I shouldn't eat the chips and dip, but the homemade or the fresh broccoli, sliced cucumbers out of the garden, carrots. Yes, that's the best. That's the kind of suppers we have, guys. If anyone just wonders, that's the kind of supper we have. So, to be honest, we eat like that all the time. We cook. We try to eat as healthy as we can. I mean, we're not perfect by far, but we do try to eat pretty good. And this is what I had here. Let's see if I can find the other meal I had. Oh, y'all don't want to see that picture. You guys would completely screen grab it and I would be embarrassed. I'm not showing that photo. My lunch is here too, by the way. Oh yes, this one right here is the best. This is some of the best food right here. Of course, it's not healthy. Look at that. Mexicano fried beans and rice with fried enchilada, or not enchilada, but you know, those are chicken and beef enchiladas or whatever they're called. I don't know, fried something with white Mexican cheese poured over it. Yeah. It's some of the best food there is, guys, is those. That's good. I'm getting rid of it. What the world did just hit my car? Oh. All right, as you know it, you guys don't want to talk in the chat because you're scared little chickens.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some.
And here we go.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Let's fucking go.
Get your spectral sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Stay in your lane or crash the damn thing. We'll see you tomorrow.